Hey, this burns me, man.
Hey, man. You can hear when the one popped his lips, man.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here for another episode of Black Men Unfiltered Network's Flippin Tables. It's good to be back in the lab with my brother from another mother. Lost in Translation is in the building, the velvet voice of YouTube. How you doing tonight, my brother?
I am well. How are you today?
Man, you know I'm sunshine, partly cloudy with a chance of rain, but I am honeymoon happy and peacock proud to be in the building tonight with all these people that we're going to have a great conversation, man. You know what I want to do, though? I want to hop right into it, man, because we have a great conversation. We got some faces in the places tonight. We got the women that showed up early tonight. Man, listen, my fellas, I'm praying for them.
Maybe we're working them too hard, man.
Maybe, man. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. All right, man. But we can go to the chat first, man. Who we got in the chat tonight, Lost in Translation?
Well, we're going to start out the number one, the queen. You know what I'm saying? The Black Men Unfiltered Network, take heed to the message. That's right. She in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. Yes,
but
indeed.
Of course, we got Embrace the Grace, another host, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Then we have the one and only Anissa.
Yes, Bartholomew in the building.
Yes, indeed. She's back. Want to welcome her back to the fold. She was busy last week.
She wasn't feeling good. Yes, she said she wasn't feeling good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and of course we have Lana S in the building. Thank you, man, for showing up. We got RT in the building. Yes, indeed, we do. And we also have Braxton, the Snake Fiend. Yes, indeed, in the building. Yep, that's what we got so far. So as we come in, we'll acknowledge them as we see them. But absolutely. I would love to see what we have on the menu this evening, sir. I see what you're doing.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Listen, I am happy to have the panel that we have today, man. It's going to be an amazing show. I believe in letting the ladies go first. I think we want to bring the ladies in first. And so who we want to bring in first, man? You go first. Who you want to bring up first?
You know what? I want to bring in somebody, man, who has a nice shiny microphone. We be tag teaming on these podcast streets together from time to time. We just go from one show to the next. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only It's me, Jamie, in the building.
Yes, indeed. What's going on?
How y'all doing tonight? Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we're gonna do tonight. How y'all been today?
Good.
Man, we've been wonderful, and so, hey, let's see. Lost in Translation said, I'm bringing Jamie up first. Well, listen here, watch this. I'm going to go ahead and bring up somebody too. Now, y'all know her, all right? Because I want to say these new faces in this place tonight, to come in last. But I know somebody tonight that I want to bring up. This woman here, she knows how to wrap her hair. And she knows how to take you there. You understand me? She's a queen to a king, and she do her thing. Give it up for yours truly. Wait a minute. I got to give her the proper intro. Come on. I got to give it to her where she is. Oh, yes. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Take Heed to the Message.
This is Take Heed to the motherfucking message. I'll blow.
What's going on, man? Yes, indeed. Now, Lost, who you got now? Come on now. We got to bring them in now. Who you got?
You know what? I'm going to bring in a sister from the great state of New York. You know what I'm saying? She has an accent. She also has a show on Black Men Unfiltered Network called Mayhem on the Mondays. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and the only. Embrace the grace.
I don't give a fuck. How you doing? What's going on?
Oh man, hold up. I'm gonna bring up somebody right here. Listen. She says she stand on business. You hear me? She stand on business. She sit in her chair. She got her hair coming down her shoulders. She got the design in the background. Got a purple shirt on today. She says she come to tell y'all how it is. And she's an evolutionary. Give it up for Evolution in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
How y'all doing tonight? I think this is going to be evolutionary night. What y'all think?
Absolutely. Okay. Listen. Now, Lost, I hate to do this to you because I didn't want to take your pick, but I gotta take your pick because this is my girl. Listen, can't nobody call me and try to hold me accountable and cuss me the fuck out like this woman right here. She called me. She said, "Black Men Unfiltered." God damn it! You better listen to what I said. I said, "Yes, ma'am." Let's get in here, ladies and gentlemen. Your wine extraordinaire in the building tonight. Anissa's in the building tonight.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone has a great day.
Yes, indeed. All right, now listen, the brothers will start coming in here. Now listen. Evolution, I don't know if you are familiar with the continent. He's a very popular stripper. He's been around stripping for about 35 years.
Consecutive.
Yeah, man. Consecutive. He does bar mitzvahs, he does wakes, he does birthdays. He's just a man of so many talents. And he's also an engineer by trade as well. Ladies and gentlemen, put your damn hands together for the man himself.
One of the toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
Our Payne is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Why would you say that?
Oh, help us, Lord. All right, man, listen, I want to fly us to. I want to go to Michigan, the great state of Michigan. There's a guy over there, man. If you don't know by now, something's about to happen magical tonight because he's here. I want to congratulate him first before I bring him up as being a father who has been a great father and his daughter has just graduated college. Man, we are so happy for him. We've been talking about it for a week. We're going to keep talking about it because you really don't hear these success stories and all this positive stuff about the black daughter, the black father. And so we want to say to him, congratulations to him for being a good papa, and also his daughter graduating. And he had to go down to Louisiana, my home state, to get him some of that gumbo. He didn't want to come back, but I told him to get on the plane because we didn't want him. JT in the building tonight.
What's happening, Liquid Thunder? What's up,
Liquid
man?
Thunder, what's going on, man? It's good to see you, boy. Good to see you, man. All right, so I want to go around the room as we normally do because, we don't want to just hop into anything and not know how people are and how their life is going. Mental health is a really, really thing that people really don't pay attention to today. So when we come on these panels, we like to really acknowledge you and, let you get your thing off right before the show starts. So we'll start with Evolution Era Media in the building tonight. How are you? How was your day? And then we'll start there and we'll move on. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm actually happy to be here. To see, all the community here is real nice. And I had a great day, so I'm in good spirits, ready to talk.
All right, absolutely. Anissa, how was your day today, sweetheart?
I had a wonderful day. I'm glad that it's over. And I'm excited to be here tonight. I think it's going to be a great conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Arpain, how was your day today, sir?
Very good, very good. Can't complain. I do know Evolution. We've been on panels before. I don't know if she don't remember. Oh, she remembered me. Okay, now I feel better. If you would have said no, you would have hurt my ego and I would have went into red pill rage and all that shit,
See, you always I know Evolution, we've been on
I just had to kind of clear up that my intro was just kind of,
she didn't know. Yeah, you absolutely.
I'm really joking. How's everybody doing?
Good, man. The continent in the building tonight. Thank you, sir. All right, we got Embrace the Grace in the building tonight. She's blushing and glowing. We'll talk about that later. Embrace the Grace, how are you today?
I'm good. Like I'm telling you guys, realization is setting in for me. My baby graduates on Sunday. He's 18, grown. And it's just, when you only have one, it's kind of hard because that you only got one. So I'm marinating in that.
And congratulations to him. Kudos to you for you and his dad for raising him and getting him to that graduation. That's going to be amazing. Now I want to say this because sometimes God will move your son into something greater. So you can do what you need to do later. Amen. Touch your neighbor.
Absolutely. I told him giving me 10 years to get Mama Gail Gould back. Give me 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Like the old pastor would say, touch your neighbor and tell him he finna get the house key. All right. Take me to the message. How are you tonight, Suge? Talk to me.
Just a busy week. Just busy time because our eldest is graduating. And so prom, it was crazy. And we just looked at her and was like our baby. They used to cry for chocolate chip cookies all the time. And she looked so beautiful for her prom. And, graduation is coming and then she'll be going off to college. So we're so proud of her. And she got an internship with the county at the courthouse. So she's doing her thing and we just so proud of her. So it's been a busy time for us. And even though my husband is still going through the hurt and the loss of his mother, he still looks and says, I am king, we will get through this. And I just love the way this man is. God, I thank you. So I just wanted to say we hanging in there. That's it. We thank God.
And you know what? I know he watches because he supports his wife. He supports this channel, right? And he trusts his wife to be over here. So, hey, King, I know you watching, man. Prayers still out to you and your mom. Man, you did a great job with your daughter. Congratulations to you and take heed on this graduation that's coming up. Y'all had it looking good on prom. I know you had your gun following close behind on prom night, but I know that's right because I did too. So make sure you guys we need to give people their flowers. Look at all these graduations and success coming out of this group right here. Come on, somebody. Man,
Yeah.
listen. All right. It's me, Jamie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm glad I made it, and I made it on time. So like that's a bonus, right?
Exactly.
I'm just happy to be here, and I'm excited to see what this conversation is going to be like. So
Absolutely, absolutely. JT, my brother, man. Listen, you was under the weather last week. You had the baby's graduation. That man, listen, hold on. I gotta give you your props.
I got my drink in my two-step.
Hey, from the jailhouse to the courthouse.
JT, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? What's going on, man? What's popping with my peoples, man? What's going on, Loss?
What's happening,
going
man?
on? Our pain. I saw your stuff, man, Monday. Anessa, Evolution. Oh, you finally came on to the dark side, huh? Yeah. What's going on, Jamie? What's happening with you? Take heed to the message. Let's go, girl. What's up, Gracie? How you doing? What's up with you?
Oh yes.
How you be?
Now JT, now hold on, JT. You've been knowing me long enough, and you know that I'm a playful cat now. I like to play a lot. Now, listen, you remember back in the day when we used to do podcasts back in the day, how I used to do it. Now, and you were never a victim of it, but I want to welcome you to it today, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a brief commercial break because I feel the need to just enjoy this moment.
What's going on, Gracie?
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, just to make sure.
How about yourself? You looking good tonight.
You too, hon. I'm glad you're feeling better.
I'm a little bit. I'm not out there. I'm not out the woods yet, but yeah. That's good. I miss y'all. So yeah,
miss you too.
I miss you. Yeah, I seen your show last night too.
Y'all ain't shit.
See, this is the thing. Black man don't understand. I'm a vet in this shit right here.
I know that's right. All right, let's go ahead and bring everybody back up. I think we had to go ahead and get that out of the way. Lost in translation.
I'm glad she's smiling though. Look at her, just grinning.
Oh my goodness.
That's what, I even saw a swoon in there somewhere. It was a little swoon.
All right, man.
Y'all ain't shit.
JT Ryan talking about some try a little tenderness. You know what I'm saying?
Tenderness.
That's right.
You want to squeeze her, never leave her. Come on, talk
please.
You got to.
That's right.
Try a little tenderness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being here tonight. Hit the like button, subscribe on your way in. Get in the comment section. Let us know how you feel about what we're talking about tonight. We're going to have a great show tonight. I didn't do a lot of videos tonight because I definitely wanted to have conversation. I do have two. The first one I wanted to address is I know the elephant in the room everywhere in the world is Diddy. Jesus Christ, have mercy. If I see a Diddy, if I hear Diddy, anything wrong with Diddy, Titty, Tricky, Biggie, I don't want it. I'm just so sick of it. And so today I heard Ryan Clark on the Pivot discuss what happened with Diddy, and I want to play it real quick, and then we'll discuss that and address the elephant in the room, and then we'll get into the show. Here we go.
And we need to be honest. Like Sean Combs is a big, right? And I think the men who are around him and knew he was that, they. I do have two little girls, and we sort of got into the conversation when he was brought up by Floyd Mayweather, and some of the things he was saying is like, no, if he did those things, he's a monster. Mm-hmm. If he did those things, he should rot in jail. And it's not to say that he should be in a place to where he could never be forgiven. That's between him and God. That's between him and Cassie. But we can look at that as men and say that some things you don't get to come back from. And the video is so telling, right? Because she's escaping, right? Like it's not one of those things where you're in a situation where you could tell somebody, hey, I'm leaving you, or hey, I don't want to be here, and you can walk out and not fear for your life. right? Like you watch TV shows where people running from war and running from things that people are trying to kill them, trying to hurt. That's what that woman was doing, right? And then he pulls her down and he's stumping her. Bro, I'm a grown man who is perfectly fine defending himself. But even if I'm fighting somebody right now that I dislike, I'm not gonna fucking stomp you on the ground. And it brings into mind like all the other whole shit he's ever done publicly. All the ways that he's used his power, all the ways that he's disrespected people and treated people, and you let him do that because of his power. And now you know that this woman has been living with this for years. And those bruises heal, right? But emotionally, mentally, the trauma that she's experienced, and then to come out after all these years and finally have the courage to say something about it, to do something about it, to in some way try to recoup some of your dignity, in some way try to recoup what he took from you. Now you got to hear everybody in the world doubt that you ever went through those things. Yeah. And when you look at some of the affidavits and read some of the things of the civil cases, you can look at those things and say, you know what? He's just in some way perverted. Maybe those things aren't things that broach illegalities. Maybe some of those things aren't things that are immorally wrong. But to beat that woman like that, someone who's clearly scared of you, someone who's clearly in fear, someone who's clearly afraid, and you think that make you a fucking man? And so for me, there is no coming back from it. For me, there is no it's ever going to be okay. For me, all our prayers, all our thoughts should be with that woman. All our thoughts should be with her husband, who in some way is going to have to try to help that woman heal from what the fuck that man did. And I think it's a lesson to all of us that we definitely want people to be innocent until proven guilty. But we have to be fair in the way that we assess it and understand that two people are going through it until we know. And more than anything, a lot of times something has happened to these women. They're going through something, and we have to be fair to them to wait and to at least know that this or that happened before we start calling them liars, before we start defending people just because we have the same melanin in our skin. I will never in any way defend him, vouch for him, give him any sort of grace when it comes to this. He owes that woman, all women, his children, Kim Porter, the past mother of his child, because we've heard shit about this man forever. But to see it like that, to see him stump that girl out, and then want to be in front of people acting like he loved her, acting like he cared about her, when she's walking around in fear, bro. It's one of the more fucked up things I'd ever seen. And he is a bitch to me forever. Period, point blank.
Black man, you on mute.
That was Ryan Clark from The Pivot. Giving his insight on how he feels about the Diddy situation. A lot of people, I said this to Anissa on the phone the other day, behind the scenes, a lot of people are not, this has been out for about, the video's been out for 4 days. A lot of celebrities ain't coming out saying nothing. And if you really think about it, all the celebrities that are not saying nothing were participants in those Diddy parties. TD Jakes ain't came out and said, well, have you ever been swallowed? He ain't saying nothing. You know, because Diddy probably gonna say, TD, if you say something, well, I'm gonna tell him what TD really mean for you. Taking dick. Because I got you on video being a power about him. So you can get on the news and say what you want to say. I'm gonna have your big black bald head ass on this video showing you tooted up on the couch, holding on to the lazy boy handle, getting rammed in the ass. And they're not gonna say nothing. Nobody. I seen pictures of it. Listen, all these dudes that say they hard, lost in translation, say they hard, you know, like the game. The tattoos all over his body. Here they showed a picture of the game in 2003 at the Diddy party. Diddy got his arm wrapped around him in a fucking swimming pool. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? They playing. That's how he got his name, the game, because they played one that night. It looked like he really got in there. But anyway, I want to get you guys' thoughts. I'm gonna start with you, Evolution. What are your thoughts on what you heard Ryan Clark say in this situation?
Oh, I'm the worst person to start with because I used to love Diddy. I'm so upset that he's going through this right now. It's one thing when we don't know, like, what's going on, but now that there's an actual video, a lot of stuff that probably is not valid, it's probably going to be valid now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't touch Diddy, and I'm gonna say that at all. I didn't do any videos, anything on it, because I'm still very conflicted. And there is a loyalty to my city. He is not representing us right at all. As far as people coming out now, he's a this, he's a that, he's a that. The no Diddy thing was fine with me. But I think they doing a little too much. You get what I'm saying? It's just Dak. He was already down. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he lost all his money. He never gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? He already down in the mud. Y'all trying to bury him another 6 feet. It's like it's enough. Everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon. You get what I'm saying? It's like some people sometimes just don't say nothing. Just let the stuff play out. But that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm conflicted with that.
Now, I haven't heard all the other women saying anything. All I've heard women is talk against the man, put the pressure on the man. But I've never, since this has happened, I haven't heard a perspective like that from a woman at all. And so that's different. All right. So the next person, I want to hop around here. Anissa, what are your thoughts to the video and the situation and what Evolution just said?
I agree with Ryan Clark 100%. 100% in his assessment of it. I think that there is absolutely no reason for that type of behavior. I respect the fact that he, as a man, came out straight to the point and called it for what it is. Whether you advocate for men, whether you're on the side of men and you fight for men and you all about men, I don't see how any man who calls himself a man, and especially as someone that calls himself a man of God, could not look at that video and not look at that behavior that man exhibited and call it for what it was. So I agree. I thought he broke it down perfectly, and I agree with him 1000%. And what was the second part of that? How did I feel about the video?
Yeah, the video, and then responding to even what Evolution said, because she's looking at it from another perspective. She's saying that the man's already been drugged down. Why would you bury him 6 feet more deeper than what he already is?
I think the video for me clarified a lot of the things that we've been hearing for a long time. This isn't anything new about what happened with him and Cassie. This goes way back to Kim Porter. This goes back to, I think, one of the sons, Justin mom. I think it's Kim Hilton is her name. She actually came out and made a statement, and she said how much that she supported Cassie and she empathized with her because she knows what it feels like. So Diddy has had a long history of, he's an abusive person. I think he's abusive to women. I think he's abusive to men. I think Diddy has some serious issues. I'm not here to make any excuses for Diddy. I don't care about how Diddy feels right now, okay? Because Diddy didn't care about the people that he hurt, okay? It is time for him to face the music. It is time for him to be held accountable. Diddy will be okay. He is almost a billionaire. He is not going to lose all his money. He may not continue to make as much money as he used to make, but trust me, Diddy is going to be fine. But the people that he has hurt over the years, the young boys that they say that he has groomed and molested, the women that he has abused over the time, give me a break. I don't feel sorry for Diddy at all. You the man, you the king, you all of this. It is time to pay the piper. And that's how I feel about it.
Wow. You know what? I can cut the tension right now with a knife on this panel. I feel it. Everybody boiling with I know I'm gonna hear some. Listen, Lost Treasure, you feel it? You feel it? It's coming, right? Because these different perspectives, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So I want to. So it's me, Jamie. I saw you shaking your head. I don't know if that was pro Diddy, anti Diddy. I don't know. Tell me what are your thoughts right now?
I'm not pro Diddy for sure, right? Okay. Like anybody that exudes power to oppress people and his own people and utilizes that to like demean men, because men complain about being emasculated, but then you would do it for fame and fortune and to go get clothes, because that's what he offered. He said, let me take you out for shopping, and then you could be my power bottom. But what I will say, this is real, I don't think Diddy should go down by himself. I think he should take everybody with him. And that's real. Everybody need to go with him. And that's only fair. You feel me? Because like people said, there was tons of people around Diddy that seen him doing it, right? That were involved in it. There's higher ups. I really want him to take the higher ups with him. Like them Caucasians, them Jews up there. That's who I want him to take with him. Right? They groomed him, to be completely honest, because they groomed him and then put him on the stroll to pimp everybody else out. And that's really how I feel. Like, take him with him.
And
I want Rick to say something, because he over here shaking his head like he okay with men getting touched on. You like that?
Now let me tell you something. Before we go, you know what? It reminds me, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more later. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna say it right now. I'm gonna tell everybody to finish. Embrace the Grace. What are your thoughts on the video and the comments you've heard so far from the ladies?
Well, I'm gonna have to go a little bit with Evolution, because I'm from New York too, and he's making New York look foul. But I've felt different about P. Diddy ever since Biggie passed, because I always have felt that he has something to do with that. And Biggie was my favorite rapper. So it started declining for me from then. And then it was funny to me that Kim Porter passed right before her book was supposed to be published. There's just too many things. Yes, I know I'm an advocate for men, but not this time. He's not getting shit from me. And I agree with Jamie. This needs to stop. People see things going on and they don't say anything, and they allow things to happen, and they see girls getting hurt and boys, whatever. It's like, if you see something, say something. And I agree with Jamie. Everybody needs to go down who had a hand in it, because they're all guilty. They're guilty by association. And he about to bring the whole. He said he ain't going down by himself. He's gonna bring it down. All them little disclosures that he had those people sign before his parties, it's not gonna count, because Homeland Security, that's international charges that's gonna come brought up against him. So all that stuff that he did here in the U.S., it's not gonna stand in court. So he's gonna go down, and he's not gonna come from this. And that apology, that was trash. He only did that apology because he was caught. He was doing damage control, and his lawyer told him to do it for public relations. So it's a day late and $1 short, and he needs to get what he deserves.
Meat Monster. Embrace the Grace. You came in with the fire too. Oh Lord have mercy. Take heed to the message. I want you to come on in here, because if you don't follow Take Heed to the Message, been throwing uppercuts, jabs, knockout punches, putting people on the ropes when it comes to this Diddy situation. And so she has a different perspective as well. I won't speak for her, because she's here to speak for herself. Take Heed to the Message. The floor is yours.
Y'all ready for this?
I like that.
So I have a different mindset from all of y'all. These women who mess with this man, who now we deem as a monster, right? They signed up for that shit.
Yeah.
Signed up for it. Because when, let's call a spade, because when Cassie saw how he treated Kim, she was the side chick. Let's act like we understand the situation. Kim was the main bitch, and Cassie was the side chick. She saw the nonsense Kim was going through. You see the fire. If you see the house on fire, Do you walk into a burning house? If you see the house on fire, do you walk the fuck in? No, you don't. You don't walk in. You say, let me get the hell out of Dodge. But no, we want to sit up here and say these women are, listen, I don't support DV. I do not support DV. Okay? I want y'all to know. I don't support that. But when you sign on the motherfucking dotted line that I'm going to do this shit, then that's what you get. I'm sorry. Because when Kim was going through that bullshit, way before, many years before Cassie even came on scene, everybody saw how Kim was going through all that turmoil, her face and everything. Ain't nobody say shit. Ain't nobody say nothing. Now that the high yellow one come up and say she's in trouble, now we all up at motherfucking arms like Rosa Parks. Now we at up in arms like Rosa Parks. But when Kim looked like something was wrong with her, nobody said shit. So now we want to sit up here and we want to crucify Diddy. Yes, he deserves to be crucified. He does. But let's be clear. These women signed up for that shit. They saw that money. Let's get it right. They saw the money. And this is the problem that we have with our younger women, because we tell them chase the bag. And sometimes the bag will lead you to damnation. So here we go. And now we see the nonsense that happened at the hotel, right? We see that. But before when y'all didn't see the video, y'all was already trashing Diddy, right? We was already kicking Diddy back in, right? We did not see the stuff that happened with Kim, but we heard the rumors. Nobody kicked Diddy back in. Nobody said nothing. None of the women said peep. But when they saw Cassie, that everybody got up in arms and pitchforks and knives. I'm not putting no damn sign up and pitchforks and knives, because if you signed up for that shit, you signed up for it. She was with him 11 years, off and on. People talking about they was together fully 11. No, they wasn't. They was off and on. He was fucking other women. They was off and on. She left, come back, left, come back. And people say, oh, take heed. You don't know nothing about domestic violence. I don't. I saw it growing up, but I know I ain't want to do that shit. I know I ain't want nobody whooping on me. So I didn't play that nonsense. You get to hit me one time. You get to hit me one time, and that's it. And I'm out. But people want to sit up here and say, oh, she was 19. She doesn't know no better. She was 19. She was fucking, wasn't she? She was fucking, wasn't she? Because she had a man that was a good man before she met Diddy. A good young black man who saw greatness in her. But she caught herself trying to chase the bag, and ended up in some foolery. And if she would have stayed with the young man, Lord knows she would have been married and had children already, and still would have had a good career without Diddy. Because where did Diddy take her career at now? Where did he take her career? You could have just worked hard at it and got past him. First of all, and this is another thing too, that a lot of us melanated people forget. How many people have been in Diddy's spot in the rap industry and in the R&B industry, and they all, where are they now? Where are they now?
Incarcerated or dead.
That's right. They ain't got nothing. Some of them poor, they done passed on the glory. They ain't got nothing. And this is another thing too. And I said this on my channel. The devil just tired of him. He got a new clown that's coming on the scene. So that's why he falling like that. Just like everybody else who was before him. Okay? The devil tired. He needs somebody else with some new tricks, and somebody promised the devil, I can do better than Diddy. So this ain't even done. There's going to be more drama coming after they drop him off somewhere. So I don't want to hear that, oh, They were victims. You fucking signed up for it. I'm tired of women sitting up here. No, you signed up for it because you saw him. You saw him whoop Kim. You knew he whooped Kim. You don't go into a burning, you don't go into a house that's on fire. You see that. Look at Young Miami, who they say that is so ghetto and hood. Once this young girl left, once Cassie left, where did Young Miami go? Where did Young Miami go? She said, not today, bitch. Not me. Not today. You won't elevate me today. I will not be one of your elite employees. She said no. And broke it off with him. So come on now. I'm not here to bash Diddy. I'm not. He's wrong as hell. He's wrong as two left feet. But damn it, them heifers signed up for it. And that money looked good to you. So if somebody knocked you upside the head one day and then the next day give you $500,000, you looking the other way. Let's get it. Let's act like we know. And I'm done. I'm finished.
My God, ooh, we're gonna have wait. I want to wait. I want to wait till everybody go first, and then we're gonna get into each other's comments here. JT, give me yours. Art Payne, Uncle Rick. We're gonna get it. Then my boy Lost, and then we're all gonna have this discussion. Go ahead.
All right, so you know what's really crazy about me? Like just like what Tech Key said, I ain't gotta bash the motherfucker. He bashing himself. But when you start, Rick, you noticing, brother? Lost, y'all noticing these dudes that was so cool and they moved all sweet, and now they getting in their 50s. These niggas looking stiff as fucking goofy as hell because they don't want to grow up. Because they still think that they the young nigga that they was in the 90s. You see them on stage, don't you? You see them on stage, think they got the same damn move, and that shit look goofy as hell right now. Because they think they can just do that and not go and exercise and do the things that they do. They want to still pop ecstasy and drink and smoke weed and do all of this shit that they do and think that motherfuckers look at them like they did in the 90s. That ain't how this shit looking, Diddy.
Hello,
looking goofy, nigga.
Hello, JT. I just went, hold on. About 6 months ago, I went to an R&B concert. Bobby Brown came out with a belly big as the Mount Everest, sweating, couldn't move, ankles
Huffing
hurting,
and
wobbling. And when they called that man's name, and listen to me, this was a sold out arena, American Airlines. When they called Bobby Brown to that fucking stage and them lights came on and they shined that light on Bobby, them motherfucking women went crazy. Listen to me.
Bobby knows his
crazy.
Right, but this is the thing about Bobby Brown. He knows his limits. When he's with there, he already said it. I don't stay on stage with these niggas all the way. I ain't the same Bobby Brown. Right. He know when to take a break. You know,
if it is,
that's why these motherfuckers they do a show every day in Vegas.
Yeah, every day.
And Bobby said, "I gotta heal this, man. There's all kind of shit wrong with me." He don't look goofy anymore. Remember when he first started, he was looking goofy as fuck until he was like, "All right, man, I'm 50 something." Yeah. What I'm saying though is this: when you got these dudes, Diddy and all of these cats that's out here, look at Suge Knight. He thought he was gonna get away with that bullshit. You ain't getting away with this shit. Y'all in it. They keep telling you it's a dirty business. How long have we known that the music and the entertainment business is a dirty, dirty business? We know it. Even at 19, I know.
There you go, JT. That's what I was.
I know it. This is not, oh, well, they're just naive. And no.
We heard that today, didn't we, JT?
Yes, we heard somebody sit back and said that she didn't know because she was 19 years old.
Yeah, he was in
and because they only speak in circles, and only motherfucking men that were, would you say, black man, that was 34. Or was it? No, that was Tommy that said it. It went down from everybody know to only a few people in the barbershop knows.
Now keep in mind, the guy that he's talking about that we were listening to today, I was on the panel with him today. I took a long break today to address that guy. But he was saying he worked for Diddy. He was around Diddy, right? He came on, and it's true. He got pictures with that nigga and shit. So he worked with Diddy, and he said that Cassie didn't know nothing. She didn't know he was abusive. She didn't know he was a bad guy. Didn't know nothing. She just came in, didn't know nothing. She wasn't around the groups to know that he was abusive. And the question was raised, I'm going to let JT finish. The question was raised, well, how does the normal guy, 9-to-5 guy in the barbershop know Diddy whooping ass, but you don't know and you in the industry?
Yeah.
But go ahead, JT.
So, yeah, it was just funny how he was just trying to make excuses for her when it was like, no. I mean, he a suck ass nigga for doing what he did. We already got that established. I don't need to keep amen that shit.
Right.
But when it comes down to, and even as a father, if my daughter wants to be in the industry, there's no fucking way I'm gonna be cool with her just being in the fucking industry and I know nothing about that shit. She gonna hear it. I can care less that she don't want to hear it. No, because I know that the industry is a shitty fucking industry. There's very few people that come out truly successful in that industry. What do they do once they had enough? Because now the bag has dwindled. They write books. They got a goddamn a surviving Diddy, surviving R. Kelly.
Dude, as soon as it happened, they already had this. This is how I know this. Some of this shit is just predestined, bro. This premeditated, bro. Soon as the fucking video dropped, they did a surviving Diddy. Immediately, they had the shit ready. It was already ready to go. I looked on Hulu. I said, "What the fuck? It's been 24 hours. They already got a surviving fucking Diddy on fucking. It's crazy."
And you know who was the bad guy for 10 years? 50 Cent. 50 Cent. All this shit, motherfucker, that's being revealed right now. 50 Cent already said it. He was already talking about it. People thought that 50 was just mad at him. He said, no, I just don't fuck with him. When that motherfucker asked me to go shopping, I was done. What grown man gonna want to take another man shopping? The fuck, go get some clothes and shit. Nobody fucking around with no shit like that. But a lot of these niggas wasn't they?
Yep.
That's why they can't say shit. Because he took them shopping.
Yep.
They was at the parties.
Yep.
And P. Diddy didn't have the baddest parties out there. The nigga that had the baddest parties was Jamie Foxx. P. Diddy shit was like, motherfucking, compared to Jamie Foxx shit, P. Diddy shit was just a freak off.
You heard what LeBron James said, ain't no party like a Diddy party.
That nigga, man, listen.
Yeah.
But as a father, if that was my daughter, I'd keep her out of the limelight as best as I could. It'd just get to the point where I probably have to lose my motherfucking life then. Fuck it. That's my baby. And I know that this nigga is like the devil. Fuck that shit. Nobody said nothing until it was time to say something. Now, these niggas is out here whistling and singing and playing spoons and shit, coming up with remixes and shit.
For what though?
For that money.
Come on.
Because they're gonna talk to anybody that's gonna talk about him.
Because they
trying to bring that damn case back up. All they need is one person to sit back and say, well, he put his hands on me, reactivate it.
Yep.
That's what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna end it right there, man. Fuck Diddy. I've been standing for forever. You know
what? I'm gonna throw this in there too. The same thing with R. Kelly, right? Life Jennings, he got drugged and got canceled because you didn't hear from Life Jennings no more. But Life Jennings said he was on tour with R. Kelly. He said R. Kelly didn't have no shortage of no pussy, and he said no young girls either. He said women, 20, 30 women be waiting by his green room trying to get in to give him some. He said wasn't no kids. He said now I did see some women who had their daughters highly makeup and they had them did up pretty good to make them look older and threw them in. They were R. Kelly, right? The mamas was feeding their daughters to the man. But he said they knew, you remember Sparkle or whatever her name is, said it was her niece that was the 15-year-old girl that was having sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
But Life Jennings said, bro, if that's the case, Sparkle, after you figured that out, you said it was him on the tape with your niece. You sung background with him for another 6 years. Your uncle played bass guitar for the man, right? Your nephew played the drums for the man for another 8 years. And y'all knew this. Men of the family knew this, and y'all didn't do nothing to R. Kelly. Y'all didn't beat his ass. Y'all didn't stomp him out. No, because the check meant more to you than your niece and your niece did.
And in the words of R. Payne, She was complicit.
Yep. Our pain. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, just go ahead and let's just say I was on a panel last night, and it really hits different when Take Heed says what she said, because I said the same thing. I said she was chasing the bag, she wanted to be famous, and she was willing to do whatever it took to get famous. Now, my limit was when I saw the ass beaten, you know, that still didn't negate. She didn't deserve that, but it didn't negate what she started doing. And here's a couple of things that I thought went wrong. When he bought her that first apartment, her parents were there. I would never let no fucking guy buy my daughter, even at 19, a fucking apartment for her to live in. I said, because I already know what he was going to do with it. I mean, no man does shit like that for a woman for free. We don't work that way, you know? And then when the hotel saw the video, we knew they saw the video when she was getting her ass beat, because when she actually came back after she escaped, they stopped her from going back to him. They said, listen, man, you know, because they didn't say they saw the video, but you know they saw the video, but they did nothing. They took the 50 grand. So he just had people, you know, people saying, well, he's so rich, everybody's just going to fall work for the money. And unfortunately, they did. So, but I'm telling you, she didn't deserve the ass beating. But as far as getting into the industry, if there was no ass beating, this would have just been another Me Too case. Because all those rich fucking white women who came out at the Me Too movement, they all settled, they all wanted to be famous. They all went on a casting couch. Men did that too, by the way. It was only women. Men went on a casting couch as well. And they wanted to be famous. And when they said, well, they made me take my shirt off in the the audition. Well, hey, you didn't have to take your shirt off. You just go fucking work at Dunkin' Donuts. Do something else. But a lot of them said, I want to be famous. And you know what? You know why most women who went and did it? I'm gonna end it here. Because women give up pussy for a lot less. Women give up pussy for a lot less. You know, so shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I'm gonna let it right there.
Uncle Rick, you didn't get a chance to do your intro, sir. So we want to give you the proper intro. In 3, 2, 1, it's on you. Go ahead.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Talk to me, Rick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said earlier that Diddy been doing this stuff. Ain't that what somebody said?
Yep.
So everybody was lying before Cassie, right?
Did you hear what I said?
Everybody was lying before Cassie. Let me tell y'all a story. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, South Side, Jeffrey Manor. I went to a high school called Hyde Park Career Academy. It's on 60th and Stony. Now, our rival school was a school called Kenwood. It's about 12 blocks over in Hyde Park, right? They're real fancy, right? Real fancy schmancy, right? And down the street, about 2 blocks from that Kenwood, is a McDonald's, or was, because I haven't been home in a while, was a McDonald's. And this one particular artist, y'all might know of him. His name is R. Kelly. Used to go and seeing his boys into McDonald's while he sat outside in his Lexus. I know he had one maroon Lexus and a black and gold Mercedes S500. Or back then it was a big body Benz. My apologies. At a high school. You think those girls didn't know who he was? You think they don't know what he was there for? Was he there to buy soft serve ice cream? We know that's a no, because that machine never works.
Come on, man. You talking tonight.
I got you, Rick.
Did you hear what I said?
And these parents
Come on, Lost.
Lease their daughters out to this man.
Yep.
Does that make what R. Kelly did any better? No, he was sick. Look, everybody in Chicago knew he was sick. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Everybody. So who's worse? Y'all know the man's sick, but for money, y'all will indulge it? Tell me this. If Puffy go to jail, right? And the feds get him not only one on whatever charges, smuggling, human trafficking, whatever, right? But everything criminal. Do Cassie got to get that money back? Would y'all come up and fight Cassie? The retribution is here. Get the money back. Why do y'all want to make excuses for a person that knew exactly what they was doing? Everybody knew Puffy's been getting away from me, getting away for it for years.
Mace knew. He got out.
Is it right what he does? No. But to indulge a person's sickness for money, I think that's worse. Because anybody who beats on a woman is a sick individual. I ain't gonna say, hey, a woman come up and a woman can hurt you, bro. Don't be stupid. Defend yourself. But I'm talking about for nothing, for no reason, because he's upset. That's a sick individual. Wouldn't you guys agree? A man like R. Kelly, who's a musical savant, right? But development-wise, he's arrested. Don't y'all? And he's all listen. R. Kelly used to hoop on 93rd and Jeffrey. He always liked young girls. The city of Chicago knows this. Don't y'all believe that's a sickness? Is not something wrong with that man? So why would you indulge him for the sake of fame and money? Because fame and money means more to you. And y'all don't want to check those people, right? Y'all want to be mad at the person that y'all said yourself, he fucked up. You wouldn't leave your daughter around, would you? Would you? Niggas. Always ready to put the blame where, yeah, it belonged there, but it ain't all his fault. Better yet, and I know this is going to sound fucked up, right? If you know a person that's sick and you know that's what they do, how you mad at them? How you mad at him? A little autistic kid right on the raw. You going to get mad? Whatever, man. Y'all go on here with your bad selves, bro.
All right, man. Lost in translation. It's on you, my guy.
Listen, first of all, I want to know who sat on a tape for 6 years.
Did you hear what I said?
Here's my thing.
Since tonight, boy.
Listen, who sat on this woman getting her ass whooped for 6 years, and all of a sudden it just show up? Let me tell y'all something. I heard a long time ago, the whole world is a stage, and everybody plays their part. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago, Kevin had an uproar when he said that high value men exercise options. And people was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Nah, be damn. Kevin from the grave don't miss. Here come Diddy. Sleeping with all these different women. And yes, they got beat. But here's my thing, man. The distraction of Diddy whooping that girl on video is just that. Psychologically, everybody's going to tap into their emotions and say, how could he? You know what I'm saying? He's a monster. Women are going to be like, you have daughters, you have wives, protect all women, black women, you know, all that good old stuff. It taps into your emotions, as it should. You see what I'm saying? But my whole thing is this: who sat on a tape for 6 years? And all of a sudden, NBC or whoever just shows up knows to ask for the tape, and someone turns it over. Let me tell y'all something, man. I think a lot of times we're being fooled whenever we watch this foolishness. Don't you know these people are entertainers? These people are actors. Who's to say what we watch wasn't an entertainment? Or in case of emergency, break glass type of distraction. We have to start asking ourselves, you know, these people are starting asking about this money we're sending to Ukraine, give them Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Russia's over here. They decided that since we put sanctions on them, they don't want to use the US dollar. They want to go to China and trade their money for weapons. Give them Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You know, next thing you know, Kendrick Lamar and Drake going back and forth, BBL Drizzy all week long. You know what I'm saying? Distractions. But nobody's asking the real questions. Who sat on a tape?
Did you hear what I said?
For 6 years. Not only that, how come she didn't say anything before that? How are you going to sit on an ass whooping for 6 years? You see what I'm saying? When people used to come up with Kevin's show and they was like, well, I was being abused in my relationship for 2 years. He was like, why you ain't leave after the first year? Why'd you stick around for the second one? You see what I'm saying? I think sometimes people like being victims because it's always easier to blame somebody else instead of taking accountability and get the hell on out. Why are you staying? You see what I'm saying? Is it the money? Is it because how you were raised? What the hell? I don't get it, man. But my thing is this. I think there are bigger questions that need to be answered. All those people who knew about it, they were in it. And I think Diddy was just the tip of the iceberg. Think about how they covered up that list of Epstein's Island. Ain't nobody seen that list yet.
Come on.
Did you hear what I said?
You see what I'm saying?
Head, boy.
Baby, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody saying Hollywood has been awfully quiet.
Oh,
all
yeah.
you see is people taking Ozempic and trying to get the hell on up out of here for the list for the list get put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. Diddy is a scapegoat. It was his time. It was his time. He had messed up the church's money. He didn't embarrass folks. He didn't show people the wrong tapes. Folks got mad. That's why they kicked in the doors like, you go get them tapes from him before he embarrassed somebody's senator, somebody's pastor. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who got some real power and kick in his door. What man do you know, FBI coming to their door and they don't drag him back to the United States? They don't send him back for wherever he at. Extradition or none of that. He's still making videos, y'all.
Did you hear what I said?
Talking about, I'm sorry. Let me tell you something. I don't believe it. I don't believe none of this I see. I believe it's all acting. I believe it's all foolishness. And I think we got to stop falling for this junk, man. Because I don't believe none of it. All of these people are actors, man. All of them. And I think we have to start getting out our emotions and start using logic and start asking questions. I like, if you knew all this was going on, sir, you as a chauffeur, you were moving people across state lines, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? You were picking up people like R. Kelly was picking up folks, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? You knew all of this, and now all of a sudden the money stopped. Oh, you feel convicted deep down inside your soul. So you want to protect these folks.
Did you hear what I said?
6 years later, man, give me a break. But I will tell you this, though. I blame the parents because they knew. You see what I'm saying? And I've always said it before. It always comes down to 20 in the front and 40 in the back. They didn't put their women out here and their daughters out here for sale. And I think that's a crime. That's a crime of humanity. You're going to turn them over to these monsters.
And that's the
I
real
think we got some more
trafficking right
questions to
there.
ask. Yeah.
And that's the real trafficking right there.
Yes.
If
How you going to
really-
traffic your own child?
Yeah, exactly, bro. If you feed your child to another man for sexual purpose and gain, that is trafficking. And I think that we're focused a lot on the men like R. Kelly. Somebody said something today that blew my mind. They said R. Kelly got arrested or got canceled, arrested, and those things came out of him when he's 54 years old. Diddy just turned 54 years old, guys. So basically, you've expired your youth. There's nothing more that we can get out of you. Your music career is at its end. It's time. Bring that ass here. But I want to play this real quick for you guys, and then we'll get everybody's thoughts. Everybody just get your thoughts together. But I want to play this. I think it's necessary because this is exactly what's going to happen. Watch this parody. Here we go.
Boy, Yvonne was bad back in the days, wasn't she?
Man.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, man, stick with the original chocolate honey.
Oh,
man.
man.
That chocolate thing was wonderful, man. Look at here.
God damn.
So I want to get everybody's thoughts on what everybody said, right? Let's just open this up for discussion because I know that, if there was some, man, y'all had some powerful points. I mean, man, Ricky, take heed. Y'all's on the opposing sides, evolution. It's Jamie. I think you was like right in the middle. Like you didn't really, you didn't jump off the turnbuckle on Diddy. Embrace the Grace was on the other side. So what are your thoughts? I just want to open up for conversation. Anissa, you went first, so I want to go back to you. What are your thoughts? And then we open up for conversation dialogue here. What are your thoughts on what you heard the panel say tonight?
Personally, I think there's enough blame to go around on this. We say that on this panel that we believe in holding people accountable, so I just say hold people accountable. I think there's enough of that to go around for everybody. I am holding Diddy accountable for his actions as a grown-ass man. Doesn't matter what Cassie did, doesn't matter what Kim Porter did, doesn't matter whatever. Diddy is a grown-ass man, okay? He is able to make his choices. He has built the $800 million fortune, almost a billionaire, might be a billionaire by now. I am holding Diddy accountable for his behavior, okay? Now, definitely, I think that you can hold the women accountable for their behavior. Why did they stay? Why did they continue to go back? Why did Kim Porter stay? And why did she continue to go back? Why did you allow Diddy to whoop on your ass? Why did you allow Diddy to break your nose? Why would you allow Diddy to triangulate you with Cassie? Why did you allow all of those things? Kim Hilton, why did you allow Diddy to do you that way? It's enough blame to go around. Absolutely, everybody needs to be held accountable for your actions, but I'm not going to sit up here and excuse anybody's actions. In this situation, Diddy is responsible for his behavior. He needs to be held accountable for it. The women that continue to go back, whether you're a Cassie, whether you're a Kim Porter, whether you are a married woman with a husband and kids, nobody should be whooping on your behind. And if you stay in a situation like that and you continue to go back, you got a self-esteem problem that you need to fix. And that needs to be held accountable. And also, like you're saying, the parents that knew, and this is what you expose your children to, that also is another layer of accountability. So I think there's enough of it to go around, but I am not going to sit up here and absolve anybody, nor am I going to make excuses for anybody, and nor am I going to sit up here and say, well, she this and she that. No, hold them accountable for their individual parts in all of this and the part that they played in it. And that's how I feel about it.
All right, anybody else want to hop in? Anybody else want to hop in real quick?
I'm going to add to something real quick. I know I'm going against the grain with the panel, but we also have to look on the other side. There is something called the battered woman syndrome. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm not excusing it because I do agree with Take Heed. She knew what she was getting into. Nobody heard of Kim Porter. That book was coming out. So something had to happen. I agree with you guys, but we also have to look on the other side that a lot of women grow up in toxic environment and to them, that's love because that's all they saw with them grow up. I'm not excusing it, but we have to put that on the table as well. Okay, because I have dreams of opening up a shelter for women, and that is the main thing. A lot of women want to leave. They need an exit strategy. They don't have the money. They don't have the resources. They're scared for their lives. They're scared for their children's life. I'm just putting it out there to kind of understand the other side too. It doesn't excuse it. I hate this Me Too movement when people bring up old shit from 10, 15 years when you see the man doing great in his political career and you want to bring him down. I don't like that. If something happened to you, then do it right then and there. And I feel, I don't like to use that word. I think that the people who knew and allowed this fuckery to happen are just as guilty. And everybody throw the whole bathwater out with all the people that was involved, because people need to talk up. We need to speak up for our children, and we're not doing it. And that's why, like you said, BMU, that's the real human trafficking. We have to blame these parents, these people that are involved, or it's going to continue to happen. And it's going to continue to happen if you see something, say something. I get it. Oh, we're not snitches. Snitches get stitches. Until it happens to you. Until it happens to your backyard, you begging for people to talk to the police. Okay? We don't like them, but when something happens in our family, we quit to call 911. So what we doing right now? Are we protecting our children and our women and even our men? Or are we just going to sit back and let ourselves destroy each other?
Now, let me say this before anybody else jumps in. The battered women syndrome, that's one thing. The one thing that I think we never ever talk about is that when the man has a sickness, he's a monster. When a woman has a sickness, she needs to be forgiven and healed and not held accountable.
I agree with you.
And I think that's where we go wrong. Let's talk about it. I'll start with the Christian part of it. Donnie McClurkin we fall down. Everybody know Donnie. Donnie was great by 4 of his family members growing up. Now he know the Lord. He can sing the horns off a billy goat. But 2 of his uncles and 3 of his aunts took sexual advantage of him. But then when he's gay or he come out and say he with me and everybody, oh my God, R. Kelly, same thing. His sister, aunts, uncles, all of them molested this child. And they asked Ayanna Van Zandt. They said, Ayanna said right before, and I think all this shit is connected. She said right before they arrested R. Kelly and took him into custody, he agreed to do Surviving. I mean, he agreed to do my show with me, Ayanna. He agreed to sit down with me and have the discussion. She said, R. Kelly, when he was a child, she said, what I'm going to say is not going to be sexy. This is her exact words. She said, I'm not going to say what everybody else is saying. She said, the time that this shit happens to you, the trauma, at the age it happens is the age your mind stays. She said, when R. Kelly was 15, 16, 17 years old, he was being molested. He was being taken advantage of by men and women. And he stayed there. She said, now look at the age of the girls that he allegedly was with. They're the same age group that he was when he got molested. So now in his head, he's stuck in that place. But guess what? You're never going to hear R. Kelly. He needs to sit down with somebody. He really needs help. You know, battered women syndrome is one thing. Yes, it is. That's a thing. But what about the men who are sick? What about Diddy? We don't know what happened to Diddy as a kid. We don't know who did he see his mama get her ass beat, get her ass beat. We don't know nothing. When these men do it, they're monsters. But sometimes they're just that little aggravated, pissed off little boy who didn't get no attention, who got his ass kicked and beat, and watched his mama get her ass kicked and beat. Couldn't do nothing about it. How many people y'all know in your personal life who grew up in those situations and became the very thing that they grew up in? I know a whole bunch of them. I remember a guy saying, I never drink. My mama's an alcoholic. And right now, they drunk at every goddamn club. Every weekend they drunk, laid over. They become the very thing that they hate, because black people don't go get the help. So when I'm not sitting here vouching for nobody. I'm going to stay in the middle so I could balance this thing. When somebody accuses you of doing something, okay, but what about the person that does it? What kind of life did they have? We know R. Kelly had a fucked up childhood. We know that. I don't know about Diddy, right? And back to what you said, Rick, about the money. Do you know that Bill Cosby gave over damn near $200 million over a 15-year period to colleges and paid our people's tuitions and loans? And those people are saying that he's a monster. But if he's a monster, you don't want a monster's money. Give him his money back.
Get the money back.
That's my whole part.
Over $200 million in college he paid for people. Give him his money back. But they won't do it. But that's. Well, go ahead. Anybody.
It's like I said, and y'all know I talked about this before. What's your soul worth? What's your soul worth? Again, people get feisty with me because I'm kind of cutthroat when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is fun for me at this point, right?
Take your time, Doc.
But you ain't never heard me say Diddy was right, did you?
Nope.
Right? So my thing is this, especially within our culture, right? This is man or woman. This just ain't no stuff like this. This is man or woman. I'm talking about in the most dire situation when lives have been taken. Right? We say our families mean so much to us, right? We say our bodies mean so much to us, right? We say our mental health means so much to us, right? But it can all be fixed with a check.
Yeah.
You killed my baby in the street. It could all be fixed with a check. You beat me. Now I'm traumatized because when I met you, I was 19 and you beat me and now I'm arrested there, right? It's all good with a check. And I don't care what nobody say. Ain't nothing that bad if somebody can pay somebody else to do it.
Yep.
Hey. You just don't want to do it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So until niggas start having some type of value system and some type of morality, I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. Whoever, they in the game, they playing it. That shit come with it, and y'all know. The same way y'all know when it used to be a young hard star that go out in Hollywood, somebody fucking on somebody's couch.
Yep.
The same way y'all know male porn stars get paid less than the females. Everything is good as long as money attached. So I don't want to hear that shit. Like I said, if he go to jail for the rest of his natural life, him and his associates, I bet you what my house is worth. Don't nobody say Cassie should get that money back.
Right.
None of you niggas gonna say that. Everybody talking but Cassie.
She's already talked.
Is she talking now?
She don't need to.
Is she talking now at the most at the most prime opportune time?
But she's already spoken. That's why she got her money.
You're not answering my question.
You want her to come out and repeat it again?
Is she?
Well, I think. Hold on. I think one of the reasons that she's not.
Let me tell you why she's not.
Is because.
Let me tell you why she's not.
Once the money was settled. Once the money was settled by law.
She signed to what?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's what that was his point. That was his point.
Legal, yeah.
Exactly. Okay. She got her check. She got paid for her services.
Here's the thing. Unfortunately, I understand what you guys are saying, and maybe things happen to people's lives and and whatever. But unfortunately, the law does not make a distinction about that. If you're an adult and you commit a crime, they really don't care what happened to you in your childhood or how you were raised or what your mama or what your daddy to. And once you reach that age of accountability and you break the law or you do something heinous or whatever, you're gonna be charged. And I mean, it just is what it is. The law does not care about your childhood.
You're right if you're a man, but if you're a woman, all the shit you just said.
Same thing. Women go to jail.
No, absolutely not. Everything
I'm not saying that it's equal. It's tit for tat. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying R. Kelly, the things may have happened to R. Kelly that may have happened to him. Diddy may have had a fucked up childhood as well. But once you reach an age of accountability and you break the law does not care about what happened to you in your childhood.
If you're a man.
That's a lie. If it's a woman and something happened to her and she goes on a string of molesting people or molesting young boys and stuff like that, nothing's gonna happen to her. You know,
are you saying women are not going to jail for this stuff? Women are getting arrested and going to jail. Y'all lying. Y'all lying.
Hold on, Anissa. Take heed. I got it real quick. I'm gonna let y'all cook. I got this. Look, just a second. Everybody knows. JT knows, and Lost in Translation knows, and I think Take Heed may know. My first piece of pussy, I was 12 years old and she was 48 years old. She lived her full life and went on to heaven. Went on to somewhere.
One heaven.
Let's come on now. Let's talk about it now. I'm a living example of walking in. Let me tell you something. I'm just gonna give you the 15-second intro. Walking in the woman's house.
Did you go to authorities about that or no?
Hold on now. Why would I though?
Why would she go to jail?
Hold on. I walked it just like
all this damn victim shaming.
Wait. Hold on. Just like Cassie. When Cassie got her ass beat 6 years ago, why didn't she go to jail?
Y'all don't get all
exactly.
Damn victim shaming.
But think about it. 12 years old, walking in the house. I'm done raking. Oh shit, she naked. She got a gown on. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." You don't have to be sorry. You want to touch it? You can touch. I'm 12. What the fuck I'm gonna do?
Touch it.
And then I just fucked up from 12 to 17, 18 years old. But when I became a mature age, Anissa, she said, "Okay, that's enough. I'm too old for this shit now." So, Anissa, you open up a door right there. You open Pandora's box by saying that.
And the effect is a little bit different.
Pandora's box. I'm just being honest about it. I'm not saying every man that has ever done stuff like this is held accountable. I'm not going to sit up here and say every woman that has done stuff like this is held accountable. But if your ass get caught and you get arrested and they investigate and they found out that a crime has been committed, I'm just saying they really don't care about what happened to you. There are plenty of women sitting in jail right now that have done these. You cannot sit up here and say all these women are being exonerated. That's a lie.
Well, no, but the thing
is, free and exonerated. That's a lie.
No. What about the teacher who molested one of her students who was 13 years old? The boy got her pregnant. When the boy got of age, she got out of prison. When the boy got of age, what happened?
Listen, you gotta listen.
Right? Let her finish.
No, she only went for 3 years. And what happened?
She went
he
to
had
jail.
to pay child support. The young
she went to jail.
But hold on. But why would he have to pay child support though, Anissa?
Yeah,
that's not justice. He was a minor. So hold on.
It was right. I don't make the laws.
No. But listen. But what she was doing was making the point. She was making was this.
Wherever you are under the confines of the law of that state. If the laws of your state said thus and thus is a crime, that's
No, but she's not saying that. It's the severity. Hold on, but it's the severity.
Well,
wait, hold on, Anissa. It's the severity. It's the severity when we're saying overall women and men, right? What she's making a point on is that even though, yeah, she got punished, so-called, but he also got punished too, and he was a minor. Right. There was no way that child should be paying child support, because even I think in that state when he was 17 or 18, whatever it was, he ended up having to pay child support to a criminal that molested him. Do you know how crazy that shit is?
I think that's absolutely crazy, and there's something wrong with the laws in that state.
So it's not just that one case, though. There's multiple cases of women being where it's circumstantial with the law.
Multiple cases of men that have got.
No, what I'm saying is that because you said that the law doesn't care, but they does when it comes down to women, because there are multiple women that have done something where they slept with minors, specifically in their schools, and they got nothing more than what they call it, parole or
probation.
Yeah.
When a man can just say something to a woman and he'll lose his job, and then depending on how much money and how famous he is, this motherfucker get put on the chopping block, and he can lose a whole lot more, his family and everything else, and probably go to jail too.
Right.
So it's like we have to have some type of balance. At the end of the day, did nobody say? And if that was the case about with Cassidy, but if that was the case, just like what Rick said and what Take Heed said, none of them goofy ass people that was around him said shit, because what? They wanted a payday. Have y'all ever seen somebody hit it for a lick? And when I say hit it for a lick, I ain't talking about millions of dollars. I ain't even talking about $50,000. $25,000. Have you ever seen somebody that actually got it, and then once they get it, these motherfuckers act like they goddamn won $25 million? They done changed everything up. This is how people's thoughts are. Soon as you get some money. Now imagine you around somebody, a millionaire, and you done seen people getting payday after payday. Not 50,000. Somebody getting 100,000 because they done did some lewd ass act. Because they get a chance to hang around a P. Diddy or a Puff Daddy or Sean Puffy Combs. And then once that money is gone, now, since everybody else talking, now they got to jump on the train. And now everybody he's an asshole. He ain't this, he ain't that. It was the same thing with R. Everybody knew that motherfucker had problems. And they knew the severity of his problems. And what did they do? They used it to their leverage.
And when the money ran out, they ran out.
And when the money ran out, then now, right. And everybody got a book and a story to talk about now.
I do got something to say though.
Evolution.
I just want to I'm listening. I'm taking it all in. Like Diddy is a machine. Like, and I'm just thinking about that. Like Diddy has very powerful people behind him from the Caucasus Mountains. You get what I'm saying? That run everything he does. It's like that's why I'm kind of quiet on this, because I'm like, Diddy is a puppet. You get what I'm saying? And then you got to think about the money issue, right? That's just what Black people do. When we get money, we you know what I'm saying? Some of us get big headed, like we look for the payday. But you got to think about that. In another sense, is that really a Black thing, or is that I live in America and I need to feed myself and my family? You get what I'm saying? There's people that jump in front of cars every day to get a payday. You get what I'm saying? As far as this, I'm gonna be honest. I hate to say this. I don't really care much about Cassie, right? Cassie, whatever her name is. I'm happy that she got a payday before Diddy don't have any money. Because let me be honest. Oh, they gonna bleed him just like they trying to bleed Cosby. And let me tell you something. I'ma cry when they get to Jay-Z. I'm hoping they don't get to Jay-Z, because we got one more soldier left.
He next. Evolution.
And let me tell you who's helping it. We are helping them take our heroes down.
So are there really So
Yeah,
are there really any victims? My question
There
would
are
be,
no
is there?
victims.
There
There
you
are
go.
no victims.
There's no fucking
Check this
victims.
out.
They're opportunists.
Nobody
There
That's
are
all
no
it
talks
is.
down more on their own community than black people. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? Nobody talks down more on their own people like we do. What about Epstein or who? We ain't hear nothing with that. It kind of just went into
We
the
talked about that
we
too.
ain't nothing with that. We
That's not
keep
the
this stuff going.
No,
Evolution.
I'm
Hold on,
just
just a second,
being
guys.
real.
Evolution. You got a point. I said this today on the panel, and I could hear a rat pissing on the cotton ball at the back of a church. Listen,
Yeah,
I asked them today. I said, guys, we're talking about Diddy beating the shit out of Cassie, but the president and CEO of the UFC, Dana White, was on fucking camera beating the shit out of his wife in the club.
Now you said the Wi-Fi password. That shit had me laughing.
The Wi-Fi password out her ass in front of the whole fucking club. You don't hear nothing on TV. They're not playing the videos over and over again. This motherfucker is still the president and CEO of UFC. He's still making his day-to-day plans, still making multi-million dollars. He beat her ass just on the level, maybe as far as Diddy beat Cass ass, and nothing. He whooped her ass from the VIP section all the way to the women's bathroom, and nobody said nothing. It's on camera. It's on tape. Google it right now. It'll come up. And Dana White still in public, still going to the award shows, still being seen out in public. Nobody said nothing to the man. Nothing to the man.
But can let me address to Evolution. This is the thing, because we paint this kind of broad when we're talking about us talking down on us. That gets painted in a broad fucking with a one broad stroke, right? There, yeah, you got some people that will, but when you got the ones, but you would say the same thing about the ones that are saying, listen, these are the woes of the black culture or community, right? And they get painted the same way. We'll get painted the same way when we call out bullshit, right? But so if we have to deal with that, then we should be dealing with all the shit we kowtow to. No Diddy. When we kowtow to all this dumbass shit that these fucking rappers is rapping about, when we kowtow to all this shit that these entertainers is doing, no Diddy. When we talk about all the fucking woes and that shit bleeds into, guess what now? The actual communities, what I consider family. Everybody want to act like they ain't got nobody in their family that's on some bullshit right now.
We all do.
They want to act like it's all just on the fucking internet. That's crazy as fuck.
Right.
But all you got to do is look right next to you. Right. Go right to your goddamn family function, and you will see all the dysfunction right there.
Right. And JT, how many women right now are screaming the name of Diddy? That son of a bitch! And your niece or your sister been getting her ass beat by her husband for 15 years, and you ain't said a goddamn thing.
You never said nothing about that
you
nigga.
See what I'm saying? It's because of the fame.
Because he work at Ford.
Yes.
It's popular to down your own race. It makes good content. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I watch it all the time, and it's almost like you get desensitized to it, after a while. I am known as one of the realer women that speak up all the time, and I don't have to say much, but it's just like it's getting to a point. It's like we are our own worst enemy. You get what I'm saying? We are our own worst enemy. We don't know how to just not say nothing.
Facts, but not in the way you saying.
We got to kill each other. Excuse me. We got to unalive each other with our words and with the fire that come out our mouths. So that's all I'm saying. I hear everything y'all saying. It just sounds like dag y'all. He under the dirt, y'all. Dag. You know what I'm saying? It's like so. I'm just looking at it that way.
He deserved to be. He deserves to be.
He deserves to be.
Y'all missing the entire point. Y'all missing the entire point. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this man is a piece of shit. But you still fucking with him.
There you go, right there. That's the point.
That's what y'all not getting.
Thank you.
Listen, sister, please listen. And I'm not trying to. I got to get my thoughts out, right? Okay. This is what y'all don't understand that what American media does is simply shows us what's what in a microcosm, right? And they pull it out, right? They make it into a bigger swell, right? If you notice, every news tells the same story, right? Now our local news, that might be the only shit, you know, they took Fluffy out of a tree or some shit like that. Right? What is the message? Let's get past the top coat shit, right? The Diddy, the names. Let's get past that, right? What's the message? Right? It's two messages. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. It's really three, but y'all never say it because most people really hate black men, you know, and that would kind of bring you over. And that I'll be looking real biased if I go through that one, right? Message one. As long as a black man has enough money, as a woman, he can do to me what he will. I'll get paid on the back end.
Did you hear what I said?
First and foremost. Second, you notice how all these guys, let's take it away, because if we take it away from us, right, when we hear some foul shit about a star, that means we got to take it away from them in the politicals, right? Right? When y'all gonna start understanding, right, that black men, black or white men, don't get to that level of power without some shit on their shoes?
Yep.
Without some shit on their shoes. You want to get to this bag, the one that we have, not just our people, but everybody in America trained to chase after, to adore, right? God damn it, them groceries hiding a bitch right now, ain't they? Right? How do we keep them focused on that?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, it's called programming because it works. It really works. It's so smooth you don't even see it. You got to sit your ass down. Be still. What is your soul worth? Now, just use you as an example. No diss, Anissa, it's probably not $1 million that can let a man whoop your ass. How about 2? 3? It's different when them numbers in front of you.
The head knock got a little.
That made my point right there. When you hit it for a lick, it ain't even got to be a couple million.
It's different when them numbers in front of you.
Them numbers in front of you, boy. That's
our
different.
People's God is money. Oh yeah, it's not the love of money. It's not the what else is it then?
Rick,
they kill our babies in the street.
Yeah.
And cut their mama a check. And you will see their mama out there with the t-shirt on and my baby, till they get that settlement check.
And you don't hear from them no more.
Yep.
Why the system gotta change? It's working just like it's supposed to work.
Yep.
That's why police departments in cities and counties have insurance. The game right, Satan right in y'all face and y'all don't see
it. Yeah. If you
y'all say y'all say y'all God's people.
I want justice, but I'll take the money, Rick. Justice, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. $1 million. Everybody put your signs up. Let's go. Shit, come on. I'm trying to tell you. When that money come, that's a wrap.
You know what, black man, I'm gonna have to say this because it needs to be said. You know what I mean? It needs to be said. Identity politics is powerful.
Come on.
You know what I mean? How can we relate to somebody in this particular situation? I had to have a conversation with a friend of mine the other day. They were talking about, you know, hey, this chick got done in by her boyfriend or whatever, how bad that was. You know what I'm saying? And in the same tone, you can have situations like Lorena Bobbitt cutting off John Wayne Bobbitt's parts, and women were cheering. You know what I'm saying?
Making
It's
jokes.
sisterhood. Yeah, making jokes about it. You
For
know what I'm
20
saying?
years.
That type of thing. Yeah. And nobody got outraged. You know, not even the
Got
men
off
got
too, right?
outraged.
She got
you know
off,
what I'm saying?
right?
And she got off. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that that makes you wonder, man.
Same
It's
story,
identity
different time,
politics,
bro.
because if
Yes.
you can take on somebody else's drama and trauma, it justifies how you feel about whatever your situation is. I hadn't heard not one man on this panel say that they condone what Diddy said. You know what I'm saying? We know how to cut off. We say that he ain't one of us. You know what I'm saying? But if a woman does something stupid, you know, the women, you know, they get real quiet. They don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? What he do to her? You know what I'm saying? This time we got tape. So Diddy, you on your own with this one, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this. Let me add something to you, Lost. A year ago, I think a year and a half ago, I know you New Yorkers are probably going to know about this one as well. There was a story that came out that that sister Mary J. Blige was dating Casey from Casey and JoJo and Jodeci. During their breakup, she had sex with one of her background singer sons, and he was 16 years old.
He from Elizabeth. He from Elizabeth.
Oh, okay.
What did I tell you long time ago?
Ooh, see them Jersey people.
When men are
Jackie,
victims, listen. When
I
men
went
are
to
victims, listen. When men are
Damn.
victims, they're dehumanized. You know what I'm saying? They're dehumanized. But if something happens to a woman, then all women come together, like Voltron. You know what I'm saying, and defend the universe. But let it happen to a dude. Where's the outrage?
Yep.
Where's the outrage?
Okay, so I've been wanting to say this one thing about that.
Go ahead, Jamie. Go ahead, man.
Little Rod, you know what I'm saying, had the realest lawsuit against Diddy, and that just was filed in February. He had proof, he had pictures, he had everything. But because he was a man, nobody, like we're talking about Cassie's video from 6 years ago. This
8.
boy, and he kept it real. He said, "I'm only doing this because I tried to settle with Diddy behind closed doors. I did his album, and he won't pay me. And he said he won't pay me. I did the work. The man won't pay me. And so now I'm going to tell y'all what I had to endure for the year that I helped him with his album. And nobody is saying nothing. With all the evidence and proof, nobody's saying nothing.
No, it was,
It's
you know,
selective
even when it comes
outrage.
down to it, and even like, so the
It's
whole thing
selective
with the making
outrage.
of the man, remember that?
Yeah.
With making of the man. And it was fucked up back then. We seen how sick that man was back then. Had these motherfuckers walk all the way across the goddamn Queens Bridge to go get his ass a goddamn cheesecake and shit like that. And these motherfuckers couldn't even get a goddamn hit. They couldn't even go goddamn aluminum foil, let alone right. And then the shit they had to endure, not only on TV but even off TV. They were already saying it, but what did he do? He used the little power. And it wasn't just Diddy. Gotta understand, it's his surroundings. But at the end of the day, we seen it. We saw the sickness right there. We had one motherfucker that talked about it. Remember the skit? If anybody know anything about Dave Chappelle?
Yep.
David Chappelle the shit was kind of funny on one end, but that message right there was like, this nigga ain't well. But we just look over it because he got money. And if the motherfucker come and tell you that I got I can make a deal for you, whatever, and you seen his track record, these motherfuckers, everybody was complaining about him. 112. You got my man, whoa. Rest in peace, my boy Black Rob.
Yeah.
You had Craig Mack. You had my man Shine. Shine was deported for some shit he didn't even do. Now, maybe that was good for him because the brother's out here doing his thing now. He done changed his dialect, changed the way he look at the world or whatever. So that was something he probably had to do. But we already seen it. We seen the nigga was already unwell at that time. But
And they
everybody,
do too.
including Cassie, wanted to
And
keep
they
being
do
around this
too.
nigga.
Exactly.
Now, JT, do you know? Trey said it. Damn it, Trey taking my shine from me. But do you know that Cassie's husband used to be an assistant for Diddy?
Yes.
The man she's married to right now.
He probably was a part of the freak off.
Stop
the cat.
He probably got some of the information. No, but it's like I said,
agent
man,
right there, ain't it?
these games is old as time, man.
Yeah.
Like you just got to be able to look past it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, man. Like
I see you take heed.
What changes everything is when we start standing 10 toes down on what you so-called believe in.
Yeah.
That's when changes. That's how I know people that you don't stand down. No. It's some things you can't. It's some things you weren't supposed to be able to buy, and people are one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can't buy me. You can't buy me. It's some shit I'm not going to allow you to do to me.
Yeah.
Right? And if you don't have that, I really don't care. Why should I care when you don't care about yourself? That's stupid of me. That's stupid. Any person that tell you that's stupid, you want to drown? I ain't gonna drown so you can trying to save you.
Yeah.
So again, who y'all mad at? I ain't mad at nobody when both parties know what was going on. I ain't mad at nobody.
Yeah.
You know why? You know why I can judge fucked up people? Because I don't allow fucked up people around me. I'd rather be by myself than be dealing with some shit I don't want to deal with. And it just seems to happen to be that all these people that can't do that got money.
That's some shit.
What Kanye say? The prettiest people do the ugliest things. But these the people our daughters idolize.
Mm-hmm.
Our sons look up to. Y'all see how fucked up that is? This shit is broken. And it's cold broken in our face and everybody laughing. Y'all was some slaves. We was some slaves. Y'all held our people for 400. Yeah, because y'all niggas can be bought. You hear what I'm saying?
Did you hear what I said?
Let's say I believe in the slave trade. Wasn't it they own chiefs that was selling them?
Word.
What y'all talking about? When we ready to get it together, we'll get it together. Until then, it's over with. Y'all ain't got, not y'all in particular, but our people as a whole has no morals and standards, and every single one of them got a price tag on their head. I am not going to war for somebody who won't go to war for me. I'm a hunker the fuck down and take care of mine.
Yes, sir.
And lo behold, the man that walks through that door. I got something for him.
And take heed, and man, bro, take heed. She been waiting over there. I agree with what you said. Take heed. I agree with what Uncle Rick said too, because think about it. Are you really a victim? Because a victim goes to court, they want justice. Are you really a victim if you shut up and take the check? Because most women, let me tell you something. Most women will sit on the camera and say, I stand for all women. And we're going to stop these guys, and we're going to stop this stuff with these men doing this to us. Next thing you know, Cassie settles for $30 million. Cassie, we need you, Cassie. We need you, Cassie. Cassie, Earth calling Cassie. Where you at, Cassie? Shit, Cassie, I got my money. Fuck you, bitches. I did that to get my bread. Take heed. Go ahead. You got it.
So I just want to push back just a little bit on something. I would never sit up here and say a rapper is like how can I say this? That a rapper is like the top tier in our community. That they're taking down all the rappers who are top tier in our community, like the top of the top in our community. These rappers are not nothing in our community. All they have done is breed hatred and breed drugs and breed all types of boo-boo the fool nonsense into the children. So I'm not going to sit up here and be like they are the top tier. They taking down all our soldiers. Nope. Because they're not soldiers to me. Because what happens is they breed in all that demonic stuff into the community, and they throw a pair of shoes, some turkey dinners, and a little money to shelters. And by the way, they teaching your children it's okay to kill each other. So no, I won't say that. But I want to say something else too. Them bitches signed up for that shit. I'm sorry. I don't care who get mad with me. Oh, this was wrong. This was wrong. Yeah, the shit was wrong. But they signed up for that shit. And nobody want to say they signed up for it. Okay? It's wrong that what happened to these women. But they knew this man was on demon time. I'm sorry. And let me share one more thing. We always like to say men are the biggest predators, right? We always like to say that. But how do a lot of these men learn about sex? How do a lot of our brothers learn about sex?
Old cougars.
Okay? So when we want to say who's the real predator, it's the women that are predators. They are. They quick to say this. This is what they quick to say. I saw a woman on social media. She said she walked into her son's bedroom. Her son was getting dressed. He's a teenager, right? She said her son's penis is big. She never saw somebody's penis that big. She said her son. Her motherfucking son, she said. Told him, sir, put it away, please. Can you imagine? What mama gonna come to social media and put that out there? She saw her son penis. So when we get up here and we want to talk about predators and nonsense like this, we better start looking at our sisters. Because our sisters is quick to come out here and say a man did something to them, but they not quick to go expose the shit they did to somebody's son.
Did you hear what I said?
That's the problem that I got. And then with the law in play, the same thing that a man will do. Check this out. If he just talked to a younger woman, fondled her or something like that, that shit is wrong. It's wrong, right? He gonna get the book thrown at him. But when a woman get up there and she fondle a young boy and she fuck him, right? And she fuck him, what's gonna happen? He was the penetrator. That's the first thing the law gonna say. He was the penetrator. Because he can penetrate a woman no matter how young he is. That's what they gonna say. And they not gonna hold her accountable. So I don't want to hear that, oh, the law is the same for both. No, it's not. No, it's not. And most of the time, and this is another thing that hurts me and it breaks my heart, when I myself on my own YouTube channel, okay, when men write and say, sis, this happened to me when I was 15. Sis, this happened to me when I was 16. Sis, this happened to me when I was 11, right? These same men don't tell nobody because want to know why? Because people will tell them, you're a man. You're a man. Okay? And then also, the mama always got that shit. Back in the day, y'all remember, mama used to say, whatever happened in my house, stay in my house. So just like the girls got told that, the boys got told that. And another thing too, damn it, because I'm mad right now. Another thing too, is that pussy always gonna get sold. Okay? Pussy been sold from the beginning of the earth starting up. Pussy always been sold. They gonna always sell pussy. I don't care how many years we get into the new generation coming in. They gonna always sell pussy. You wanna know why? Because mama saw Uncle Jimmy, that fake Uncle Jimmy everybody got. Okay? Uncle Jimmy got that Cadillac, and Uncle Jimmy got money. And Uncle Jimmy done told mama he liked Lisa. And when you want some money, send Lisa to my house. That's been happening for God knows how long. Okay? That's been happening for God knows how long. And it's still going to continue. Because you want to know why? That mean green, honey. That mean green. That's why these young girls out here flying to Dubai and letting men shit in their mouth and shit on their chest for $50K. Ain't no good in hell well you gonna let that shit happen. Ain't no good in hell well you think that shit makes sense. But we sit up here and say the women are victims, they're victims, this and that. You selling that pussy, right? You selling that pussy. You ain't no victim, you selling that pussy. Because if you first of all, if you don't want to do it, baby, all you got to do is clink, clink. Close your legs. Close your legs. But no, that does not happen. So now, after everybody done screwed her, she done got all that money, those Birkin bags, those shoes and everything. Now I'm the motherfucking victim. Mind you, you was a willing participant in all that bullshit before when you was getting money in those bags and shoes and everything. When people was dropping a Birkin bag on the bed, giving you about $50,000. You was a willing participant then. Now there's no money. I was abused. I'm a victim, damn it. No, I'm tired. Listen. The shit was wrong. What happened to Cassie? Hands down, that shit was wrong. But you signed up for the shit. You signed up for it. So I don't want to hear that, oh, she was this, she was led astray and all this other stuff. She had a good damn black man before she met Diddy. She left that young boy to be with Diddy old ass. Because why? Diddy had money. And every woman do that shit. And if anybody get up here and say they don't, they have never done it, they lying. They will go with the one who is the highest bidder, but he'll have the most demons behind the door.
Ooh, shit.
And I'm done. I'm finished.
All right. So before we move on to the next person, Jamie has to leave, so we want to send her out proper. Jamie, thank you so much for being with us tonight, sweetie. Jamie's been kicking a lot of ass lately, guys, so I don't think we won't have to worry about her getting chased down the hallway. She's a kickboxer, so you may not want to mess with Jamie. She may kick your ass into an elevator or something. I don't know. But thank you so much, Jamie.
Why are you hyping that, bro? Why you hyping?
I'm just telling you what she said to me.
Real talk.
But just thank you so much, Jamie, for being with us tonight. We appreciate you, sweetheart.
Thank you for having me. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
Bye. Oh man, my boy. There we go. All right, so Trey, you've been watching the show. Everybody's been getting it in. Trey in the chat said tonight, my brother said, y'all not going to be jumping on Diddy. So Trey is in with Evolution tonight. He's on Evolution's side. Trey, go ahead.
Yeah, look, you guys know the career I had prior to my retirement, so to speak. It was a short little stint I spent in sex crimes. Let me explain something to you about these so-called victims. A lot of them, they know what to say. A lot of these women are prepped, most times even before the investigators get there. They know what to say, which is why a lot of the times there's a lot of frustration. Anytime I've ever encountered a true victim, a real victim, they didn't want money. They didn't want fame. They were embarrassed. They didn't want anybody to know. They were worried about whether or not documents were going to be redacted because they didn't want their name put out there. They were literally embarrassed that this happened to them and that they felt guilty that this did happen. You have to reassure them that this isn't your fault. Somebody did something to you. So when I hear of so-called victims, Antonio Brown, the Deshaun Watsons, all this, these so-called victims, but all they want is a paycheck in the end, that sounds like to me that this was a strategy, that you strategized and you planned for this. And if we think that women aren't as diabolical to use the slit in between their legs to be able to be put on Dream Street for the rest of their life, then you're crazy. You don't quite understand the depths that women are willing to go. If you think that women are sugar and spice and everything nice, and they are not willing to use that coochie to get what they want, something is wrong with you. You have a problem, because they will absolutely stay around a man that they know is detrimental to not only their physical health, but their emotional and psychological health as well-being. They will absolutely stay around that man, and they will collect Uno reverse cards until the right time, and then boom, here it comes. I've been waiting for an opportunity. And Cassie waited for the right opportunity at the right time. Arpain, you did an entire show about the law that they did, that they reversed, and then all of a sudden the expiration date was coming up, and now we started seeing all these SA cases start to show up all of a sudden. This is not by coincidence.
And they're all civil cases.
And
They're all
these are
civil
victims,
cases.
though,
Come
Bobby.
on now.
These are victims, though.
They victims.
These victims, though, right? No, victims want justice. And one of the things that I've really heard true victims say, I just don't want him to do it to anybody else.
Facts.
I wanted to stop with me. Let me be the last person he does this to. That's what real victims say. They don't talk about, well, should I hire a lawyer? Do I need a lawyer? So we're not going to jump on Diddy. Now, I'm not excusing nor am I condoning Diddy's behavior. However, it has been known the type of man Diddy is. It is nothing new under the sun when it comes to Diddy. And you can go way, way back to his days. He had a reputation at Howard, and I'm from DC. He had a reputation at Howard University. There's nothing new here. So when women don't believe what men are actually showing them, whose fault is that? And correct me if I'm wrong. I'll land with this. I haven't heard Cassie use the R word. Has she said that she's been raped? Anybody heard her say she's been raped?
Nope.
Then that means that she was a consenting adult. She chose to participate in these actions. They depicted a movie of Tina Turner. This girl was running across a 14-lane highway to get away from this man. What did she do to get away from this man? And where people will go, why is she doing that to get away from him? Something must be wrong with him. She was a consenting adult. She chose to do this because to her, the fame and the money meant more. We're not going to jump on Diddy. I'm sorry. He's going to get whatever's coming to him, and as he should. However, there's a lot of other parties involved in this. Y'all ain't innocent either. I'll land there.
You know what, Black Man? I got a question. You know, when couples are married and the husband has to go down for a particular situation, the wife can't testify against him. Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. What if Cassie and Diddy planned this and he knew he was going to go down and said, hey, look, I need you to take this $30 million and stash it away. I'm going to be gone for a while. You know what I'm saying? And when I get out, you know, I need you to dig that money up. I don't think we thought about that.
No, bro.
He couldn't chuckle at the
What about the husband?
Hey. Yeah, right. I had to, because the husband.
That don't mean nothing. You know, these folks like to
he
share.
worked for him. He know Diddy. My mindset, guys, I'm telling you right now, listening to all of you guys, Evolution, Take Heed, Embrace, like just listening to you guys, different perspectives, Uncle Rick, Trey, Arpain, Anissa, like it just makes a person think. And I know the audience is probably thinking too, like, damn, is Cassie really a victim though? Because I never heard Cassie say those things Trey just said. I never heard her say, I want to be the last one. I don't want him to do this to anybody else. No, he gave her a check and she was out.
I'm going to be honest because I don't want people to construe what I'm saying, right?
Go ahead.
I think Cassie was a victim. I really do. We saw her get thrown down. We saw her get kicked and all that. We saw that. You know what I'm saying? I just think the man's life is over. He will never be Diddy again. You know what I'm saying? He's always going to be an abuser, a bad man. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like we shouldn't
sounds familiar, doesn't
on
it?
the same thing. That's it.
Right.
But yeah, she was abused. We cannot say that she wasn't. She did say that she was raped. She did. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say that. She is a victim. I just gotta say that. You know what I'm saying? Domestic violence is not cool. It doesn't matter if it's coming from which sex. You get what I'm saying? But I don't want it to be a thing where Diddy's the victim and black men and this and that. No, she is a victim. You get what I'm saying? And and she got the bag, which she should have. You get what I'm saying?
So she's not really a victim. She's like a 1099 contracted employee.
No, she's a victim. Anytime you put your hands on somebody,
but wait, sis, you just said yourself she got the bag.
Yeah, she got the bag. I would have went for the bag too. Oh, you gonna put your hands on me and I'm just supposed to no, I want it all.
Please,
I want your life.
Exactly.
All she got was the bag. Because I'm from Brooklyn.
Please explain to me the logic that comes behind someone who is a victim that deserves monetary compensation. Explain the logic. Because
is she gonna get her vagina back? Like
the only compensation
what can he give other than money?
Is if you were financially injured. If you were financially injured, then there should be some compensation that comes along with that. But if I punch you in the face, how does that equal money?
It does everywhere. Do you see any artist that can put their hand on somebody and not get sued? Look at Remy Ma.
No.
She punched that girl and had to pay out. That's what you have to do.
I'm not asking you to explain what has happened in the past and case law. I'm asking you to explain the logic. Where is the logic in if I punch someone, you can come after my money? No, what's supposed to happen is there's a penal code. I am supposed to suffer in a different way, not money.
No, you got to be realistic. You living in
America.
See.
Wow. Hold up. Right. Let's not be naive. Let's not. How much it costs to fuck you, Evolution?
I'm gonna tell you something, right? Because I know you're trying to get a rise out of me.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you a question.
I'm sorry, I don't know you.
I'm asking you a question.
You keep trying, and I'm not
asking you a question.
I'm asking you a question.
If you don't want to answer, just say you don't want to answer it.
Ask your old black mama.
You don't want to answer it. You don't want to answer it.
Do that.
You don't want to answer it.
Because that's disrespectful.
That's fine.
And the fact that nobody said nothing, I'm gonna tell you, don't ever disrespect me like that.
Is it disrespectful?
Don't even address me. You're not even
is it disrespectful
enough to address me.
Is it disrespectful? Ask me how much I cost. Ask me how much I cost.
I'm not the one you gonna get a moment.
Ask me how much I cost. I'm not trying to get a rise out of you. I'm seriously not. I'm seriously not. I'm seriously. Me getting a rise out of you does me nothing. I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
It's no rise.
All right then. So is there a price or not?
Ask your mother. Does your mother have a price?
I don't want to fuck my mother. I want to fuck you. How much?
Ask your mother, and then you come back and talk to me.
Right. But so let's get to it, right?
Okay.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it, right? You see how easy the switch is?
It's no switch.
No, I'm not talking to you right now, ma'am. I'm not talking to you right now, ma'am. You said don't talk to you.
Respect me you don't respect black women. And that's the problem.
You're taking it as a disrespect. You're taking it as a disrespect, and that's cool. And that's cool. That's cool. Look, ma'am. I'm not. Hold on. I'm not even talking to you anymore, ma'am. You said don't talk to you. You said don't talk to you.
You don't deserve respect.
Lost in translation.
Hey,
Trey, don't. Trey, let me finish my point.
We had this conversation the other day. Where do you guys get so entitled that you think that people are just supposed to respect you? You don't deserve shit because you haven't earned anything. You deserve what you earn. Nobody gives you anything. And black women have a hard problem understanding this. You don't just get things. Things aren't just handed to you. You work for them.
And can I finish my point?
man.
I got you, Trey. It's cool.
That's
It's
why I
cool.
go overseas, bro.
Right. It's cool. Trey. It's cool. Now, ma'am, let me preface by I'm not addressing you, so there's no need for you to rebut me. You said that I disrespect you. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. To the people in the chat and the people that's gonna watch this in the future, see how quick the switch changed? I was talking about that mentality all night. She show it and I call her out on it, and now you mad at me. But y'all sit up here and say that's not the mentality of the majority of our women. Y'all say that's not that. Y'all say it's not. Y'all say it don't exist, right? It just take the right man to bring it right out of them. Or maybe it's just the right question. Maybe it's the right truth. And that's why I tell y'all, you run your woman through the ringer when you first get her. See how she act for real.
Please stop addressing me. You disrespect
I'm not addressing you.
and that's it.
Again, ma'am. I just told you.
Bring me up here to
I
disrespect
just
me
told
or to
you.
get a moment off of me. Was that it? Because y'all could have left me where I was, because I was doing fine, as y'all saw. Y'all asked me to come on here. I didn't say I wanted to come. You get what I'm saying?
Then
so
leave.
I didn't.
Why
come
y'all
to
women
be
do that?
Disrespected.
Nobody's
and the
begging you
fact
to be
that
here. Then
no
leave.
black man can talk about
Watch
how
this,
this man
watch
is
this, watch
asking
this,
me how
watch
much
this.
it takes to sleep with
Facts.
me. Y'all
You're right.
think
You're
that's
right.
cool? Because somebody
Miss
asked your
Take Heed.
mothers that and y'all don't feel no type of way about
Miss
it?
Take Heed.
Is that how that works?
Ma'am. 1 second, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am. Miss Take Heed. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How much the fuck you?
There's no price. There's no price. You know what you got to do? In order to mess with a woman, you got to first fuck her mind. And then the body will follow. So it depends on the man talking game. But for me, you can't buy me. You got to talk me into some shit. You can't buy me. So, and anyway, somebody already talked me into some shit, and I'm going on married 17 years. So, so that's my take on it, Ricky.
I appreciate you. And with that being said, I said I was going to be out for 10:30. It's almost 10:45. I'm broke. I got to work in the morning. Look at this video again, sis. With an open heart.
Y'all have a
with an open heart. With an open heart. Look at it. Look at it with an open heart, sis. Y'all be easy. Y'all be easy. I appreciate y'all. Like I keep saying, y'all keep saying we the problem. Nah, B. Nah, B. This one's y'all's. This one is y'all's. This is what they're teaching our children. But you know what? I'm just some nigga on YouTube.
I call, you know me. I call.
Wow.
BMU always starts some trouble.
Man.
BMU come back.
Man, let me tell you something.
Oh my God.
I think the people at home are shocked and said, how could you let something like that go on? Well, here's the thing. You got to let people make their point. You know what I'm saying? I'm hard, but I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you say what you got to say. Because sometimes having people to say what they need to say reveals a greater truth or a greater question. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes when we get a hold of a question, we don't know how to handle it. We just saw two different ways how to handle the same question, and we got two different outcomes. That's the question. Arpain, you've been awfully quiet tonight, sir.
I've been just listening to the fireworks, man. You know, I mean, I just, you know, I'm hearing everything. I mean, I said my piece. I mean, what else is there to say, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's nothing else. I mean, especially on this topic.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Diddy Diddy, I was up, like I said, I had a whole thing last night. And the only problem I had was the beating. As far as all this stuff was, she bit off more than she can chew. She didn't deserve a beating. And the guy tried to conflate that. Use an analogy with me going into the frat, right? So I'm a frat. And going into the frat, I actually pledged. If I pledged, I was going to do shit that I wouldn't normally do for anybody, right?
All right.
Now, if they would have went too far, then I wouldn't be frat. I know that. If they would have went into some freaky shit, which Qs are not known to do, I wouldn't have been frat right now. You know, so she
again, our pain.
I don't chase booty.
That's right. You know,
damn right.
but the point is that, you know, when you join an organization and you're the junior one coming in, you're going to be asked to do stuff you might not normally do to join. And so if that organization is important to you enough, or the money's important to you enough, you're going to go and follow it. And then you have to decide when it's too much to become part of it. You know, and it seemed like she was willing to do all the dirt. Now, she didn't deserve to be beat, but if she didn't get beat at all, it would have just been another Me Too situation, just like with all those starlets and all those other people coming out 50 years later saying, you know, I'm a millionaire now, but you know what? I had to give up some coochie to get there. Oh, really? How about all the millions of women giving up coochie for chicken dinners and rice and shit? I mean, you know, just miss me with that shit.
This idea people are trying to get me to believe that Cassie isn't abusive herself. How do we know? Because at this point in time, Diddy can't say anything bad about her.
Obviously
He
not.
can't tell the truth.
He on tape.
Yeah, he can't tell. He can't tell the truth. This woman could have been verbally, emotionally, psychologically abusive, and we would have never known. And he can't say anything now. He got to forever hold his peace.
But Trey, the number one thing was that she was an opportunist, just like everybody else ass was. That was my thing.
All women are opportunists. And now a lot of these women like to sit up here, especially on these panels, and try to act like they different. Y'all ain't different. I've been to 30 plus countries. Y'all are all the same.
Trey said he would have checked.
Y'all are all the same. Y'all are all looking for the same
Just
thing.
in a different language.
Looking for the same thing out of men. Y'all are all, the only nuance is you might like a man who might be a little bit shorter. You might take him because he might be a little bit fatter, but he might be a little bit funnier. He might be a little bit more adventurous. Those are the small nuances. But for the most part, all women are looking. Let me say something, because this is starting to really get to the point where it's really starting to irritate my soul, because I'm seeing it in real life. You men better get a hold of your women, because if we continue to allow this shit to go down the way it's going down, these women are going to overrun our political and our penal system, and they will be untouchable. You will not be able to do anything when it comes to these women. You better get no. You still have some laws. The chick who faked like she was missing, she had to suffer some consequences. So you still have a little bit of consequences out here. But if we don't get a handle on these women who don't want to hold themselves accountable, these women who feel entitled to respect, these women who feel like they have a higher sense of self-worth than what you really are, we don't get a hold of them, I'm telling you, you're going to start to see laws, because all of these simps that we keep talking about every day that continue to keep backing them. And you know what, sis? You right, sis. You right, queen. You right, sis. You right, queen. And then what's going to happen is guys like us who can logically, rationally, sensibly, pragmatically think through things are going to get eradicated. And not only are we going to get eradicated, but our seeds, we're not going to be able to reproduce. We're not going to make better. It's never going to get better. You got to get a hold of these women. There are a lot of women you need to tell straight up, you're fucking stupid. A lot of women you need to tell straight up, you don't deserve respect because you haven't earned it. You've whored yourself out for the last 15 years. You don't deserve anything. We got to get past this word deserve. What have you earned? What have you done? Nothing. And if the answer is a resounding nothing or zero, shut the hell up.
Now, Nissa, I'm not trying to start no shit, but Nissa said Cassie not hood. She not a hood chick, but some of y'all hood. That's why y'all get it.
I like to know who she's talking about.
Who are you talking about?
Put a name on that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Put a name on it. There's only one on the panel.
You know what?
I want to know who he's talking about.
You know what? I'm gonna put this out here. I think it needs to be said.
Put it out there.
I think we have a culture where we teach women to be whores instead of wives. If she really had, if she really wanted to be respected, she would have made him marry her. Like real talk, when you lay down and had sex with that man, you knew damn well he wasn't your husband, and you knew damn well you wasn't his wife. And what we do is we make it okay. All we have to do is just sprinkle some money on top of it. You know what I'm saying? And everything will be all right. And then all of a sudden, he go off on her. Oh, you bad man, you. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop. We got to quit co-signing foolishness, y'all. And if you ask me, I think women have done Cassie a disservice. You know what I'm saying? Because they're saying that, Diddy was this and he shouldn't have did that or whatever. But at the end of the day, she was not his wife. And a whole lot of other women. If it wasn't her, it was going to be somebody else signing up for the same foolishness. There's no shortage of women who want to be around rich men. We sit up here and watch Kevin do this for 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? Back to back. They all want them a high value man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of them said what they want to do for this man.
I love when this show impregnates the
this black man.
The discourse.
The discourse, but also ideas for the next show. I think that the next show should be, what's your price? Because I think that's deep. I think that most people want to say they stand for something. I stand for this. I stand for this. I stand for this. I stand on this. I stand on business. Me too. Me too. But when those men pull out those wallets, all of a sudden those pussies who are healed, the mindsets have changed. The women they get quiet and they go away. And if I'm a person, if you're a predator, and all you gotta do is pay to make them go away, you're gonna continue to be the same sick motherfucker you always been, because you're allowing people to do it. Like this. Look at the person who he paid $50,000 to hide this video. That person could have said, "No, you're a monster. You're an abuser. You're going down."
Right.
But where were we 6 years ago? Where were we 8 years ago? Right? 8 years, JT. 8 years ago. We're 8 years ago. Where were we 8 years ago when it came to what we're dealing with right now? Diddy would have suffered the cancellation. If this would have happened in 2003, nobody wouldn't have gave a fuck.
There wouldn't have been no cancel culture.
There was no cancel culture in 2003. He would have been right back on 106 in Park the next day. Can't stop, won't stop. They wouldn't have cared about that shit. But now the world has gotten a little bit more sensitive. The women have gotten these laws changed for them. They've gotten encouraged to just destroy motherfuckers. And
but they're not just encouraged. The BMU, they're the mayors now. They're governors.
Yeah.
They're making laws because they're sitting in the seats. It's like they said in California, there hasn't been a black guy hired in a janitor, man, put in office for years.
God damn.
Shit. I mean, some remote place, but I mean, listen, all the cities that have, female mayors, black ones for the most, I mean, they're going to shit, man. The laws have changed, everything. So I don't know. Men have you saw the video from the No Fugazi podcast. That's the kind of fucking brothers that's being bred out there now. This guy is not only a simp, he's a dangerous simp. Have you guys ever seen that damn video? Yeah. This guy, he took simping to a whole nother level. He said that the woman determines, the shape of your penis from your balls to the tip. It used to be a vagina, and then it grew to. I said, I don't know how the guy kept a straight face. He was raised by his mama, and he worked with the mama. But you know what, Arpain? It will twist my stomach if I got on here tomorrow and y'all came back tomorrow and I rebranded this whole channel. And it says, I'll take black men and filter away. And I called it Safe Space Podcast for women only. And I start preaching next Tuesday, the first show. These black men are the problem. And I get on here and I say, you know what, you black men, you son of a bitches, you're the problem. These women need better. You need to do better. And I do that forever. I probably will be at 25,000 subscribers by next Thursday.
And the majority of them will be, simps and women.
Oh yeah.
Now
Absolutely.
the craziest part is about that is that I think Trey kind of alluded to it. I think our enemy is the man.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny how the women think that we are against them. We're against your ideologies. That's all that shit is. But when we get to talking about the behavior of certain women, it ain't the women that get it. We got our little trolls and stuff like that. But for the most part, it be them punk ass niggas. It be them simp ass niggas that be the ones sitting there flagging your channel. Sitting there telling you that you ain't shit.
That's how
It
they
don't
got
really
me.
be the women.
It wasn't no woman that got my channel done in last year. It was a man.
You know what? Because you know what's crazy about it,
I already
dog?
have the video on it. I'm gonna put it in the back chat. That exact title.
But you know what's really crazy? I've been in these streets for a very long time, bro. And I've seen men get up here and rock this motherfucking mic for years. And they would have women that initially hated what they had to say. But guess what those women end up being? They end up subscribing and supporting that man's channel.
Yeah.
The first thing you will hear the women say is that I didn't like you when I first met you and all this. And then I really got to think about you and I start reflecting on my life and da-da-da and this and that and we cool. But guess what you will always have? That same nigga that since you've been on here for 4-5 years, it be that same simp ass nigga coming in your channel talking dumb shit for 4 fucking years. That's the nigga that be challenging that be doing the shit that he be doing. What we say is men, like for instance, Trey just sit back and be like, no, it be this dumbass women. They know what the fuck they saying. When he said, man, I'm out here in these streets, I see what's going on. You ain't have women that say, well, maybe he do because the motherfucker's out here doing this thing. It be the niggas. The first thing that you would have is a motherfucker saying, Trey, you ain't shit. That's why ain't no woman gonna be with you. You mean. They don't know you in your real life. All they know is that this is what I'm talking about right here. But I guarantee you will have a woman that sit back and reflect and she be like, yeah, maybe he is right. Right? She may have some other nuances and stuff like that, but she'll start listening to you. It's these punk ass dudes.
JT, I can actually give you a story. There was a woman that I tried to talk to and she said exactly that. She said, I don't know about you, Trey. You kind of mean. She said, you kind of mean and I think you would hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Every time that woman now needs a dose of reality, guess what she called?
Yep. You.
When she wants the truth, when she wants an honest answer, guess what she called? Because she realized that what I told her, that every man that you come across that wasn't your brother, father, or maybe a close uncle was trying to stick his dick in you, at first she was like, that's not true. Now guess what she believed? It's true. It's true.
Yep.
Dang, I can't believe that you told me that. You told me that 2 years ago. Yeah, because I know men. I'm a man. I want to stick my dick in you. Just be keeping honest.
Just to be honest.
Just be honest. That's how our entire friendship started. Facts, right? It started because I found you attractive. But when I realized that you was like, nah, it wasn't going to happen, I said, well, shit, I can tell you the truth then.
Right. I can tell you the truth.
And I'll say this too, real Trey. I'll just jump in here real quick because I got something I want to show y'all real quick. But I will say this. Take heed, you said something a while back that I've just been over here pondering about. And you talk about, you say people know what they're doing. Even, Uncle Rick said that he used to see the young girls planning to just go be with Kales, just jumping in the car with him. They knew who he was. I wasn't gonna say this because I know some of the parents in my daughter's AAU be watching, but I don't give a fuck. Some of those girls at these AAU games, I go watch my daughter play, and I'm listening to some of these girls talk. You know how they have the girl talk when they meet up. Hey, girl, what's up, dad? I'm listening to the different age groups because I'm there all fucking day. Anybody is a parent of an AAU kid, you know what's up, and you're there all fucking day, 8 a.m. to 7 at night. You there all day, so. I'm listening. I'm just sitting in the stands, just listening. And you hear these little 16, 17-year-old girls. Girl, why you late? Girl, shoo, girl. Girl, I had to fuck Jim last night. What? Girl, was it good? Mm-hmm, girl, I fucked the shit out of him. And I'm sitting there watching. These are 15, 16-year-old girls. Girl, he nutted in like 30 seconds. I'm saying, God damn, I'm just sitting listening. I'm just listening. Oh, girl, did you give him some head? He gave me some head, though. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, oh my God. Now, my daughter is playing with the 13, 14-year-old. So she wasn't over there with these 15, 16-year-old girls. They were much older girls.
Better watch them.
But they're talking like they grown-ass women.
Well,
My daughter.
you act like this new, man.
This not
Think
new.
about it. When we was in
It's
high
not.
school,
You're right.
listen,
That's what I'm
when
about
we
to say.
was in
My
high
daughter.
school, and them older cats used to pull up in them Oldsmobiles.
Exactly.
And they around the corner, they used to jump in the back. You know what I'm saying, on lunch break or whatever.
Exactly
Oh,
what point I'm making. My daughter is 20 now, but she said to me when she was in school, thank God that girl could talk and just be real. She said, Daddy, I was sitting at the table with some of the girls that go to our school, and they were talking about, they were making bets on who was gonna fuck the fine ass teacher first. Who, she didn't say it like that. She said who's gonna have sex with the teacher first, the fine new teacher that just got hired. They were betting who gonna hit him first, who gonna give him head first, who gonna give him pussy, who gonna hit him up, where they gonna have sex at, gym, in his car, at his house. She said these are young girls, 15, 16-year-old plotting on how they gonna try to fuck seduce a grown ass man.
Opportunists.
I bet he was a basketball coach.
Bro, it's crazy. I'm telling my daughter,
I bet
stay
he was a
away from them
basketball coach too,
bitches.
wasn't he?
I'm telling my daughter, don't be around them hoes.
Now watch. I don't know if you got, and take heed, I don't know if you talked about it, but I'm pretty sure you probably did, about the teacher, where the girls were taking down his braids.
Oh, I saw that. You seen the take heed?
I ain't talk about it yet. No.
Grown fucking man.
So the thing is this. I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm a father of daughters. I'm way more territorial with my daughters than I could ever be with any woman that I was with. Right? I don't ever want my daughters to be around any nigga that ain't me. It's a difference.
Yes, sir.
When I was, my kids, when, their mom was there, if she dated somebody, I was just thankful that me and her ain't never had a problem with that. She never let a nigga get that damn close to my kids.
Yes, sir.
That shit is some fuck shit right there. If it ain't your daddy, that nigga can't stay close to you like that.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, JT. You know what? Sometimes I'm allergic to stupid bitches. I'm itching. I go to itching with stupid. See, I try not to be unfiltered, but I'm allergic to stupid bitches.
Me too.
So
they make me yarn.
Why would this stupid bitch come on my channel and say, "BM, you always listen to girl"? It's my daughter, bitch. I mean, what do you want me to say? Get the fuck out of here. Time this hoe out. Somebody time the bitch out. It's my daughter, ho. I'm talking to my daughter. Don't make me get back to the old black man unfiltered. I'm trying my best to say holy. Just get the fuck on.
That motherfucker been seeping out for 3 months. That nigga been trying to get out for a long time.
He holding on like a button on a fat man's shirt.
Even when I had hair, I had a short haircut. So I've never had long hair, right?
Nigga, you never had no long hair. Stop the cap.
No. I said I've never had long hair.
Okay.
Nobody want that long shit.
I was had a short haircut before I eventually went bald. But don't worry, I'm going to Turkey. I'm getting my shit back. Don't even worry.
The hairline will be back.
Motherfucker, you come back with some long nigga, I'm gonna run up out this bitch.
I can't wait.
That motherfucker went to Turkey.
Hey Trey, I'm gonna let you get to it. Hey, look, when you come back up, you got that hairline. We gonna play your theme song, "Return of the Mac."
Trey gonna come back with that Turkish curls and gonna have his band on back there in the back. You know what I'm saying?
It's just gonna curl right in the front.
That's Superman S curl. You know what I'm saying?
The Luther curl.
What you mean you want to fold
the Luther?
Yeah. But no. I wanted to ask because I have a 5-year-old daughter, and when I saw that, I said, whatever punishment he gets, he deserves.
Yeah.
Because I see that as an intimate act.
I see you take
That's how I see that.
Exactly.
I see. When a woman rubs my head or rubs it, that's an intimate act.
Exactly.
And so the idea that the girls were taking out his hair, listen, I get it. I get with teachers. They got a hard job. I understand it. And I get that these teachers are fine. They are literally pulling teeth to try to find ways to relate to these kids. I understand. And I honestly, there's a little part of me that kind of felt bad for him because I kind of understand what he was trying to do. I can see what he was trying to do, but it's just a bad look, sir. It's just a bad look.
Well,
and
Trey,
men like me, we not standing for that with our daughters.
Nope.
And that's really what messed him up.
Oh no.
Is that men like us are like, oh hell no.
No.
Right? But I understand he's trying to find a way to relate to them because in order to get to guide these young kids, you have to understand where they're coming from. I don't want to say meet them at the level, but you have to relate to them so that you can sort of guide them and direct them. So I get where he's coming from, and like I said, I kind of feel bad for him, but I'm looking at that, I'm like, if that's my daughter, Slim would have had to see me.
Well, Trey, that's the beginning of grooming. That's what everybody saw. That's just the beginning of grooming.
Well, let me ask
not that he meant it that way, but a real pedophile, that would be something they would do.
And for the record, I don't think he's a pedophile. I don't think he's any of that. I think he's
No, I'm not saying he was.
Hold on a second. Let me ask y'all a question. There are other videos of white teachers letting people play in their head too, but nobody looks at them.
You're right.
The white woman and the white man is pedophiles.
You're right.
But as soon as a black man lets some kids play in his head, all of a sudden he's a pedophile.
I didn't say he was. I'm saying that.
I'm just saying what it looked like. Well, how come it don't look like?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't like no man getting that intimate with my daughters. Period. None.
Here's my thing. How come it don't look like that when a white woman when they let them play in
her head? It did look like that. They just get a pass.
Well,
I mean, that's the thing.
Why are we having two different systems for the same act?
Well, you know the answer.
Yeah, I know the answer. That's why I asked the question. You know what I'm saying?
In that community, pedophilia is they a little different.
They accept that shit real deep.
I can also explain this too, Loss. I can also explain this too. I went to a high school, 2,200, right? Pretty big high school. And guess what these men were doing with these young women? The same type of shit that man was doing. Sitting there doing shit like that. Taking down the hair and all of that shit. I don't know, and then nobody had no braids at that time, but they were doing shit that was too damn close for comfort. I had a goddamn a band director, right? This motherfucker was taking girls and it was guys too, but it was girls. He was taking them home after school. No, nigga, that's not what happened to me. Because guess what it came out of? I graduated from Cooley High. So the thing was that this motherfucker, when it came out, he was fucking these goddamn girls. We had a gym. He was a gym teacher and he was the basketball coach. This man was doing the same thing, buying them lunch, going out here, spending them, personal time with him and shit like that. Come to find out, that man was out there fucking these girls. You had all kind of teachers. You had a chem teacher that did the same fucking thing. So when you have that type of thing and you got parents that's my age, especially men, I don't know about the women, but I know with the men, and it's the women too, because a lot of those mothers probably did get groomed, coerced, and had sex with a teacher too. But I know with the men, that was the ones that whistle blew that shit. Because it's not a good look, my guy.
Now, Jay, hold on, JT. Let me say this real quick before anybody else go. I want to say this, and I know it ain't gonna be sexy. There's a fucking cultural difference with this bullshit. And let me give you an example. If you even look at the TV shows, on the TV shows, you see little Amy, who's 15 years old, and she likes little Jimmy down the street. He's 19. What they say on the thing, Mom, I like an older guy. Oh. Who is it, darling? Jimmy? Oh, have you talked to him? Do you really like him? Right? They portray those type of relationships to be cool, calm, collect. In the black community, every movie you see with a 19-year-old man fucking a girl, or y'all remember Belly with DMX? Come on now.
Yeah. Yep.
When you saw those images, you like, that fucking nasty son of a bitch. But when you watch Seven Heaven, and you see the 19-year-old with the 15-year-old, it's been put there to look good. And white people do it all the time. That's why when you see 20-year-old dudes dating 17-year-old girls or 18-year-old dudes dating 15-year-old girls, the parents accept it. It's okay, and they let them do it. They let them do it. I'm telling you, it's a difference. In our community, you're a monster. In their community, it's love.
But my thing is this: there was some black girls trying to play in a white man's hair, and he didn't get fired.
He did not.
Hear what I said.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, I get that part too, and that's the thing, because that community is not as vigilant as our community is.
That ain't got nothing to do with the community. It was black girls and a white man. That's not a different community.
Why is it not?
Because the black girls are the constant. They treated the white man different versus the black man. They turned and criminalized the black man for what he was doing, but the white guy, he's trying to connect ethnically with his black students.
So they both should be. My point is this: they both should be.
Well, what
That's
about
why
the
I
white
said it's a
woman?
difference.
What about the white woman?
Same difference. At the end of the day, listen, I'm telling you, I seen the reality. Let me tell you one thing. I knew one of my teachers, right? Bishop Sheard. If y'all know who it is, I'm going to tell you about him. He was my teacher. Yeah. 7th and 8th grade. That man treated everybody the same fucking way. There was if he was talking to you, he made sure your parents was there. And that was one of the biggest reasons why. Because he looked at and seen a lot of these teachers was on bullshit. He didn't see that all I got to do is get them to do some new shit. No, he was a math teacher. His whole thing was, you're going to learn fucking math. And if I need to get one-on-one with you, I'm going to make sure that your parents have to because I got to get one-on-one with their ass too. If I got to go to your house, I'm going to go to your house to talk to your parents and you. I'm not about to sit there and be giving you lunch and treating you and making you the teachers. What they call those damn kids that be working with the teacher and they the assistant and all of that shit and all of that crazy ass shit. All of it is wrong. There's no one, and I'm telling you, as a father, no man should be closer to them than me.
And guess what?
Not until they get married.
And black man,
get ready to get married.
Listen, they had black women letting these girls play in their hair. Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Hey, and we say this now. JT, when it comes to what you
these women go both ways.
Man, it is a difference. It is a difference. That man got let go, but you also have to keep in mind, I'm telling you, my son, I pray for him every day. But my son, I'm telling you, I go to the parent-teacher conferences, bro. These women at this school, bro, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be real, but I know y'all gonna laugh. These teachers, 5 out of 10, I'm just fine as fuck. And it's ridiculous. And I said to myself, I said, son, I asked my son, I pleaded, I said, son, how? I look at his grades, I said, damn, you passing this class. He said, yeah, Dad, I like being in here. I know you do. I know you do. But when my son walked in that classroom, guys, I'm gonna tell you what I saw. My wife damn near had a motherfucking stroke. We walked in the classroom. My son's 16. Now keep that in mind. We walk in. Man, I said, damn. I said in my head now. He said, I said, damn, she fine. And my son, she was like, hi, Jabari. He said, hey, Miss King, how are you? He said, I'm fine. Give me a hug. My son went over and hugged her like they was on their first date. Wrapped his arms around her. She put her arms around his neck, and my son pulled her in close. I said, what? My wife said, that bitch fuck with him, she dead. I said, babe, that's not the case. Okay.
And she's right.
Come on, take you.
She's right, y'all. But your wife is fucking right, because it's worse with us as men. Nigga, do you know how fast we can fall in love with a woman like that? I'm 16 years old. She's 24, and she fine, and she all nice to me. And I find out that she had a boyfriend. Man, everybody dying. It's you. If I can't hear you, he can't hear you either. Fuck that shit.
You know, my wife.
So it's really psychologically, it will fuck us up, man, if we ain't prepared for that shit.
My wife pulled him to the side and she said, "Don't. That's your teacher. That's not your friend. You don't hug her like that."
Now, what she says don't mean shit. You got to say that. You got to tell him. You got to tell him she evil. That's right.
You think this boy finna listen? He right here grabbing the small of her back. Come on,
You
man.
hey, look, you got to tell like the vampire in Brooklyn said.
Can he rub her back? Can he rub her back a little?
No. You know how in school the football player had a Letterman jacket on, the girl come up to him and give him a little nice, little slight little hug, and he, pull in a little bit. That's how the hug was. And immediately my wife attacked it. Immediately she said, "Oh no!" She said,
Black man. Hold on, black man.
Wait a minute.
That hug you describing, he put meat on her.
Right. Hey, you gotta give him. Hey, listen, you gotta give him that. You gotta give him that.
Hey, JT.
Hey, black man.
I know that hug quite well.
It was right, but you gotta give him that speech. The vampire in Brooklyn. Ass is evil. Evil is good. But when you get you some good evil ass,
that's classic. Let me tell y'all something, man.
I gotta address that real quick. I'm sorry. I gotta address So Ricky put in the chat something right now, and I want to tell Ricky, I'm not offended by what you asked me. I don't think it's disrespectful. I was not offended by what you said. It was just a question, and I answered it, and on my own terms. You understand? So I'm not offended by it, and I know you didn't have any malice towards the question, towards me, or to the other woman. But it is what it is. Sometimes we get in our feelings, and immediately if someone says something that we don't like, we start shaming them or saying your mama this, you nobody raised you this way, and we start throwing all these shots at our brothers. Now, I got a problem with one thing with which I was talking about with the teacher. This usually happens now. The teacher is young. He's just trying to relate with the students, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna share something with you. Why is it when our young men do it, right? Our black men do it, it's evil. If anybody else do it, it's not evil. Now I'm gonna share something else with you too. Check this out. If the children had a covering, right? If the kids were raised in a household with a covering, do you think they would do that? No, they would do that. Because even our daughter, who is 18 years old, she has friends that they already sexually active. But she won't do it because she know her father crazy. He not in his right mind. So she know that it could go left. And also she put in her mind, I ain't gonna be no baby mama. And the person that I mess with, I wanted to be my husband. So she already had that in her mind at 18. Now, I don't know what will change later, but for right now, that's what she have in her mind. And she knows she don't want to copy any generational curse that I was into. Because me and my husband always look at our children that we broke generational curses with them. Mm-hmm. So those children who was touching on that teacher, the way that they did is because those girls don't have a covering. Because if they had a covering, they know better to do that. They would have known better. So with that being said, I feel bad that the teacher lost his job. Because there were other people who have done the same thing from other different races and this and that. And he was just trying to connect with the class. Right. But there's another way you could have handled it as well. I agree. Because all that being too close with these children, you have to be careful. These children don't even look. If you look at my daughter right now, everybody saw her picture on social media, right? Mm-hmm. Could you tell that child looked like that from the age 16? She looked just like that from the age 16. Right. You know how many times I had to tell somebody, that's my baby. Yep. That's my baby. She not grown. That's my baby.
Take heed. I'm doing the same thing right now with my daughter, with my 15-year-old. Same thing. We walk in the game, and it makes me want to. It makes you. I want to say this because people gonna think I'm violent. It makes you want to delete people, because especially men. Because my daughter she just grew up too fast for me. She's 15. She just grew up too fast. But when we walked in, some of the things that people say. I walked in with my daughter. It was a guy standing right here. He said, "Hey, which one of them your baby?" And I say, "She's 15. She'll have children." He said, "Oh, my bad, nigga."
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I try, to be understand. Okay, I look at my daughter. My daughter does look 5 years older than she's fucking supposed to look right now. But goddamn, you got to start checking these niggas. And my wife told me the same thing. She said, "Don't get mad. That dude over there was staring at Marlena and looking at like he interested in Marlena, and he's a fucking security guard at the goddamn place. Are you fucking?" And my wife, "Don't say nothing." She says, "That's why I don't tell you. That's why I can't tell you that shit in public. I got to wait till we get home." Right? But I can't. In my head, I still see my baby, but I know everybody else sees something different. And
because even ours, if y'all saw her picture, you see how she looked, right? She looked grown. She looked like she's 25 years old.
Right.
But if she opened her mouth, she's not grown. Now she's in.
So you don't, and that was my whole thing, Take Heed. We don't want to fuck around and find out when it come down to our kids. That's the only thing I'm saying about that instance.
No, I believe you, and I'm with you on it. But I'm saying to the fact is that when we have these, we gotta have these conversations, these uncomfortable conversations with our children. And my daughter be like, "Mama, you be talking out." I said, "Baby, you 18, honey. You gotta listen to this. Because you will get out there in college and fuck up. And me and your daddy gonna have to fuck up and find out. We not gonna do that."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you gotta teach them. And then if you, like I said, I told my daughter, said, "Mama, but these men be looking at me like they mouth is watering and this and that." And I told her, "Baby, when you gotta get," and I say this to her, I said this to her, I said, "Baby, your bride gotta be specially made. Of course, men are gonna look at you like that. They're gonna look at you like that. You have a beautiful, amazing body, okay? But you still in her mind, you can tell once she opened up her mouth, she not the age you think she was.
Exactly.
Okay. Now she's smart. Now book smart, baby. She got her hands down. She book smart. But that streetwise, she not there yet.
Right.
So that's why you got to put her up on game because she 18. But like I was telling y'all, when children don't have a covering, when they don't have a covering that someone gonna hold them responsible, okay, that they fearful of this person, a healthy fear, okay. If they had that, if those girls had that, those girls wouldn't have did that teacher here. They would not have did that teacher here. They wouldn't have let that teacher film them either. Because ain't no good in hell well that you catch our daughter who's studying law trying to undo her teacher's head. There's a teacher at their school that she said all the time he wear muscle shirts. He built and everything. All the girls like him and everything. And she said, "Mama, I don't say peep to him. I walk past. Do you want to know why? I don't want no problems, Mom. I don't want no problems." And I told her, what you mean? She said, "Daddy crazy. Daddy crazy, and I don't want daddy." And my husband is not a big man. He's not a big man. But my husband is crazy. So that's
the fact that he a man. Shit, that's all that matters. The nigga dangerous.
I love my king, but he not all there. He's a nice man, but he's not all there. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to his own, because even as big as our girls are getting, right? When we go to African galas, like big parties and stuff, his friends look at our children because they remember when they were small, they want to hug them. My husband like, "No, don't hug them. Shake their hand because they big. They big girls now. So he don't like that. Don't hug them like that. I don't like that. And he tell the girls, move back, shake their hand. Don't let them be hugging all on you and stuff."
And it's because of the attraction.
Right. Can I tell you something? I can tell you exactly when we start to go crazy. You ready? It's that moment when we find out that we're actually having a girl. And it's almost like the screws start to unloosen right then and there.
Yep.
The moment we find out it's gonna be Lisa, you laughing. I remember the exact moment we opened that envelope and it said girl, and I could feel my brain go.
Yep, exactly, bro. Exactly.
And it was like, okay, I have to be a completely different person now. Right?
Yeah.
And then we completely snap when she comes out and we cut that umbilical cord. Oh, we done. It's over. We're crazy.
It's over.
We are certifiably crazy at that point.
Yep.
Because that's our baby girl. And I am willing to give my last breath
Yeah.
for her. So I completely understand it. This is why I think that this teacher suffered more, because in my opinion, it's probably with some fathers that called up to that school and said, either you do something about it,
Oh, I'm gonna do something.
about it.
Yes.
There's some fathers that called up to that school and said, handle this.
Yeah.
Because that, you know what I mean? Like we are crazy. Yes. I was never like that until I found out I was having a daughter.
Yeah.
And once I found out I was having a daughter, I literally can feel there was like an emotional chemical change that happened in my brain that was like, I have to protect her because, and especially with the job that I have, the world isn't safe. I have to protect her. The world isn't safe. I have to protect her. I have to teach her. Everything is a threat and everybody wants to get you. And that's not the proper way. I'll be the first to admit it. It's not the best way to do it, right? But that's how we think, especially when you have a warrior mentality or when you have a protector mindset. When you have a protector mindset, warrior mentality, you want to protect those that you love the most. You want to protect them as much as you can. I'm the same way with my sister. This is a grown 30-plus-year-old woman, and she says all the time, I would have been married a long time ago. I am afraid to bring men around you. I'm terrified to bring men around you because if he doesn't live up to what he's supposed to, you're going to destroy him. I've seen you do it to men. And I keep saying to her, then choose better. That's why I keep saying, then choose a better man.
Right. But I told my king the same thing. I said, honey, this girl is 18. We want her to get married someday. We want her to have children. You know what I'm saying? Don't run everybody away. And he said to me, if they don't look right when I see them, that's it. I can't, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sit up here and be cordial. I'm going to tell them, nope, nope, nope. And I said to him, wow, honey. He said, no, I don't want my girls to be going through any foolery. I don't want to see them. But let me share something with you. Fathers, you can't hide these girls forever. I want you to know that. I know it hurt, but it's true. You cannot hide them forever. And I tell my king the same thing. She going to college. She going to be around people.
But she got to bring that nigga around us, though. That's the thing, Take Heat. They have to bring that motherfucker around us. If that man ain't willing to take on the scrutiny of the father, he ain't it. You ain't him.
Oh, yeah. No.
You ain't him.
It's going to happen. No. It's going to happen. Whoever she winds up with in college, they have to come see the king. If they don't, she know it's not going to work. Because
that's why they don't bring them around.
That's why. And I'm ashamed.
But I don't have to ask any fucking questions. If my daughter didn't bring that nigga around because she knows she doing something wrong, that nigga is not up to par. And I'm a cool ass dude.
Imagine if we had a crop of young women who were judging men based on whether or not they would make it past their dad.
Yeah.
What type of men would they then select? What type of men would they choose then? If they knew,
it'd be much
if a man approached her while she was in college and her response was, "Sweetie, I think you're very cute and attractive, but you'll never make it past my dad." Imagine if that.
And they know this, Trey. Trey, they know this.
Back in the day, not now, because I'm gonna share something with you. The mothers have chosen to sleep with jesters, have babies with jesters. So jesters are what? What is a jester?
A fool.
And a fool. So with that being said, who's gonna go in front of the clown and the fool? The clown gonna laugh and make jokes and think everything is fine, but the king is not. So if this could happen in the time span from the late 60s to 70s and 80s, we would not have this problem now, my brothers, my sister. Yeah. We wouldn't have this problem right now that we got, and we on this social media page getting up and talking about women doing this and women doing that. If the fathers was at the helm, okay? If the fathers was at the helm, if our women had chosen wisely, and a lot of people gonna say, if the fathers wasn't there, let me share something with you. If you had chosen wisely who you open your legs to, you wouldn't have to worry about the father being there or not. You would have been married. He would have been there. He would have been there. But because we want to choose how the cover of the book look, and you ain't even open up the page to see anything, you just saw the cover of the book. This is how you become deceived, but you deceive yourself. He didn't deceive you. It's just the way the cover look. You deceive yourself. Some women put in their mind how a relationship gonna go before the relationship start. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
They do that all the time. They talk about how we gonna be together, all this other stuff. He love me. Oh, he got 2 baby mamas. But when I had my baby, he gonna take care of my baby. I was one of them. Raise my hand. I was one of them. Okay. He gonna take care of my baby. He gonna do right by my baby. He not gonna do me like he did them. But in all reality, you was the motherfucking side chick. He already had a family. You got pregnant with his baby. And now you want him to leave his family to be with you for one baby. But you see, this is the thing we don't want to talk about. We want to just continue to shelter our sisters. Oh, you're doing the right thing. So what, you got 5 baby daddies? You know, you're going to find a high value man. So what? This is a damn lie. This is a lie. And this is women don't want to hear the truth. We don't. We'll sit up here and believe the damn story in our mind. Oh, he tricked me. He fooled me. But he never told you that he wanted to be with you. He never told you he wanted that baby that you carried in your belly. What he told you is that you the side chick. I got a main chick. The baby that you got, I don't want that baby. Do something about that baby. I don't want that baby. And that's the truth. But we play this story in our mind that he want me, he love me. And this is what lead the conversation. And that's why you have so many women on social media that get up here and say, men ain't shit. He fooled me. He this. No, you fooled yourself. You let the story go in your mind through that little city in your mind. Now, what he told you is that I just want some pussy. That's what he told you.
But she edited that shit out.
Yes, when it got across your mind in the city, you at the end it said, I want to be in a relationship with you.
Which he never said, take heed. That never came out of his mouth.
Not take heed. I want to show y'all something. Trade this for everybody. I thought about trade when I found this video because it sounds like something that he'll say. But I know you guys probably agree with it. So let me play it real quick. Hold on.
Stage. I'm done with building women. I'm done with building a chick. I'm done with saving women. I'm done with Captain Save-A-Ho. Let's stop saving women. We got to look at women for who they are right now, not for what they could be, for right now. And women, they will see the potential in us and wait for that to grow. But it's not the same with women. Some women cannot grow. Some women are who they are. They didn't have that love in their life. They didn't have that father in their life to teach them how to be, what to look for, that love that they missing. Some women, it's just not it. I'm not settling for women that's not ready. I'm not trying to let a woman grow into the woman that they need to become. Fuck no. Either you are or you aren't. Either you is or you isn't. Let's not waste time, bro. You need a woman that's ready. A woman should be a wife now. No. You don't grow into becoming a wife. She already has to have that instilled in her. We wasting time on women trying to help them grow, and yeah, maybe one day she'll become this and she'll start cooking and cleaning, or she'll start rubbing my back and being affectionate, or she'll start fucking me better. Get up out of there, son. Get up out of there, bro. Get up out of there, twin. Get up out of there, twin. You know what I'm saying? She ain't the one.
I like what he said, but one thing I can't say I can't agree on just one of the things. I like what he said. Somebody saved me, so I can't. Somebody save me. So I can't be like, oh, don't go save nobody. Somebody save me. You feel me? I was on baby mama lane up the street around the corner. Somebody save me. Shit. So I can't be like, oh, now and then on top of that, check this out. My husband trained me to be his wife. He trained me. He took time.
So he didn't save you. You saved yourself then.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That wasn't him. You was willing to go. You was willing.
To go.
You was willing to go.
I didn't know the road was hard. I didn't know the road was hard.
You was actually the horse that actually drank the water when you got to the water.
Yeah.
He took you to the water and you actually drank the water.
And at the end of the day, you was willing. That's the thing. He ain't talking about willing. He talking about somebody keep fighting against the goddamn grain. You was willing. When it came down to it, guess what? When it was time for you to do whatever it was that you had to do, that man was just like, nope, you got to do this. And you was like, okay, all right. He seen you falling and flipping and trying to do whatever it was. But guess what that man had in him, though? Grace.
He managed you well.
That's how dope we are as men. We grace. So that's why, again, when I tell people, nigga, I do listen to what Trey's saying. That's coming from a man that actually still has grace for women. But we ain't got the fucking patience to be dealing with somebody to keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Because now we wasting our fucking time. And now we going and we stooping down to your level instead of bringing you up to ours.
Now, JT.
That's the problem. But you was willing to go. You was willing to go.
Trey missing out on a lot of money. Because a lot of these niggas sound just like Trey. So Trey need to get his own show or something because even this one, look at this.
They taking your shit, Trey.
Because what they're saying is there's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie.
Listen.
What?
There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. There's a lot of good men out there like we're the good man that like they hiding under a rocker in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're gonna walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't gonna go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your ass. I ain't never heard no woman say, I know I ain't shit. She'll say, this man ain't shit. He ain't shit. He was bad. He was bad. Every woman think they're a good woman. What makes you a good woman? Who's auditing that you're a good woman? You are auditing yourself. Why don't you ask your exes what they think? Because all your relationships diminished and ended in turmoil. So maybe you're not as good as you really think you are.
He cooked the shit out of her. She couldn't say shit.
Bruh. Them brothers spitting.
Hey man, listen, people be thinking, listen, even though these are sound bites and shit like that, the world is waking the fuck, especially over here in this sector over here, men are waking the fuck up. And I'm telling you, if women are still gonna be on that same bullshit, you gonna get left. And the only thing that you will have is another fucking woman. That's what you got. You gonna have you a partner. That's all you gonna have. While the other women are gonna have husbands. They're gonna have motherfucking men that actually is willing to have the grace for them, and they're going to be the ones that's willing to go with them men. But that woman, when she was giving that man pushback, guess what she was doing? Fighting her own motherfucking demons. That man was fucking, he was beating her subconscious so they was screaming. The subconscious in her was screaming so bad where she couldn't take it no motherfucking more.
Yep.
No, she couldn't take it, so she couldn't even talk back.
No, she can't.
She couldn't even talk back. She was stuttering and shit, ad-libbing.
These brothers got them on skates.
Black man, what's actually happening? What's actually happening here is the mysteriousness that I think that women once had. It's gone. Y'all don't have it anymore.
They didn't knock the sprinkles off that thing, man.
There was a point in time where if a man wanted some ass, we knew. I either need to go buy her a house. I need to go buy her a ring. I need to commit to this woman, or I ain't even gonna get a sniff of what she got. That is gone now.
Over.
And so now that that's gone, a lot of men are saying, "Well, you got what the next woman got. All y'all got the same thing. So if all y'all have the same thing, why am I tripping? Pick which one I want.
Pick the other one. Yep.
Trey,
And if
the
you
delusion.
and if you don't have your act together, that's fine. I'll just push you to the side. You'll be box only. You'll stay in that category. I'll call you when I need you, and I'll entertain the women that I possibly am vetting for something further. And what I always say to women, and this is what I tell you, y'all all start off in potentially could possibly be my wife. They always start, even though I'm not looking to get married, but you always start in that box. Y'all work y'all way into sex only. I don't put you there. You put yourself there. When I go through your Instagram, you put yourself there. When I have a comment, it's ABCs, JT. Appearance, behavior, communication. You put yourself there. The way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way you behave, and the way you communicate. You put yourself there.
Mm-hmm.
And not me. I'm not doing it. Because I have a thing. I look at these women now and I say, if I brought that woman into my life, would I want my daughter to look at her and say she was a positive influence on my life? And majority of the women that I come across, I don't want them nowhere near my daughter.
Right.
You know what, Trey? We need to revisit and get ready. We need to revisit marriage as well. Let me tell you why. Because there's a lot of wives who have become complacent in their marriages, and the only reason that they can be complacent is because the men allow it, because the men are stuck to the commitment of knowing that they're not going to leave. And so the women know that they're not going to leave or go on and move on to something better. So they behave in a certain way. But let me tell you something I said the other day, and it wasn't popular, and people hated my fucking guts at work. I said the most eligible bachelor is the mistreated husband. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Let me say it for the people in the back. The most eligible bachelor is the mistreated husband. The man that go home every day, work his ass off, go home, she bitch, she complains, she got something to say, she always want, but don't reciprocate. And you go and another woman at your job, or the woman at the supermarket, or the woman at fucking Barnes and Noble when you're in there shopping for your kid a book, come up to you and say something nice to you, and she start to get in your spirit. Because I'm telling you right now, when a woman gets the access code to a man's spirit, it's fucking over.
Yeah.
He gonna be sitting in the room with you, laying up with you, fucking you, but he gonna be making love to her in his mind.
These women better hope. These women better hope that men don't ever take the attitude that women take, that we can just do better and I'll just divorce you. You better hope that men never take that attitude.
Man,
let me tell you something. The men are stopping them at the door.
Man,
it's a done deal.
Matter of fact, let me show you this clip, man. The men are stopping them at the door. I want y'all to see this. Check this out.
Oh yeah, this is good. This is good.
Oh, this was good. Yeah.
Yeah, this is good, Doc.
Also, let me finish real quick, respectfully. I'm sorry. You interrupt everybody else. Let me speak real quick. I just personally feel like you're not used to and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm alpha male, like, whatever. Like, you're not used to a dominant woman. I feel like you are like, it's easy kind of coming to you to belittle women a little bit. I understand where you're coming from with everything that you do. And I saw the last episode, but like you do come off as arrogant. Confidence is cool, but like, know the difference a little bit. What you gonna say about my tooth, bro?
Why would I want a dominant woman when
Next.
I'm the one?
Go ahead. There can't be,
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you think you're the prize?
I know I'm the prize.
You're the prize to the men you don't want.
Okay.
When you get a man that you actually want, please believe me, we're the prize.
Okay. Next.
Boy, these brothers cook. I'm so proud.
Man. Boy, let me tell you something. It's a tsunami. It's a tsunami out here. These guys ain't putting up with this no more.
Shit.
They ain't putting up with it no more. I'm talking about ice cold to her face.
He did good.
You hear me?
I'm proud of these brothers, Lit.
They ain't putting up with it no more, man.
Because this is what it's going to take. We have got to burst this bubble of delusion that these women live in.
Sugar and spice.
Damn.
You know the funny thing about it is, Trey, it was that very statement that he said what started this whole gender war thing. You remember that how it got started?
Yeah.
It was this guy who graduated from Howard, and he graduated from law school, And he said he was the prize, and all of this gender war stuff started from that.
They just hollering and screaming.
And then the crescendo hit with this dude right here. And he said, "You're only the prize to the men,
you don't want." Damn.
That's some of the coldest stuff I've ever heard in my life.
Damn.
These let me tell you something. These brothers are not lame anymore, people. You can't pull no games on these dudes no more.
And Lit, this whole arrogant thing, let me explain something to you about arrogance. Men should be arrogant because you earned it. If you've earned it, you should be arrogant. Kevin Samuels talked about this all the time. You goddamn right I'm arrogant. You want to know why? Because I worked for it. I come from a single mother household. I've never met my dad. Everything I have, I bust my ass to get. I was never taught about taxes, investing, money, banking, anything. Everything I have, I worked for. You goddamn right I'm arrogant. And I'm going to tell you how good I am about everything because I didn't have the same support system that a lot of young men had growing up with a father. That you can say that, oh, don't be arrogant. Nope, I'm going to tell you. And here's something. I truly believe that it is a woman's responsibility. It's your job to pump my ego up. You want to keep getting this lifestyle? You better tell me how great I am. You better send me out the door every day with my ego on full so that I can go out here and get to the work. I was just looking at this. We talking about kids. I'm looking around. I'm like, I need to probably gonna have to put my daughter in homeschooling or private school. I mean, I got to get some more money. I got to get to work.
Right.
Your job is to pump me up every morning so I can go out there and go get more money so I can support our family. It's your job. Yeah, you goddamn right I'm arrogant. I've never had a problem with a man who has earned his arrogance and saying, I'm good at what I do because I worked hard to get there.
And that's the second part of your arrogance. Take heed. I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna say this. The second part of your arrogance does come from her. You hear her take heed to actually talk to her, talk about her husband?
Oh, I know her husband arrogant as hell. He gotta be.
Gotta be.
He gotta be the way she talk about him, JT.
Walking to the house, I'm ready for my slippers now.
Shit don't stink.
He know it don't. He like shit. All this goddamn work I done did.
I am ready for my bath.
Go up every chance.
And when this woman when she go, she ain't just talking to him about it. She like, I'm gonna tell the world about it.
The world, JT.
I have a man. M-A-N.
And he's
it's everything, every essence of it. That man just be out like shit.
Like,
and she give him some sex. Now the man get a chance to work it out.
Talk like a man, smell like a man. You know what I'm saying? Work hard like a man. You know what I'm saying?
You stretch your shit, baby. That's what, listen, this is what get us. I'm telling you, this is how you get that man that be like, the shit. We don't need a million women telling us that shit. We don't need a whole bunch of fucking money telling us that shit. But we got a woman that we love and admire that sit back and she sit back and look, you ain't blowing smoke up his ass or nothing like that. Pause. You are telling that man how you really look at him. It's to help. You're building that man's yes. We need ego, self-esteem. We need all of that goddamn shit. We don't need a woman to sit back and say, oh, you think you the shit. No, we need a woman to sit back and be like, baby, you are the shit. You are the shit.
You know what, JT? Go ahead. Take it.
I'm sorry. I'm going to share something with y'all real quick. I had never told my husband that in my mind, I have him on the pedestal. One day I was doing my live and somebody said, take heed. All you do is talk about your husband. That's what some woman put in my chat. And I said, because in my mind, my husband is on a pedestal and he's higher than any man I have ever met, even my father. So now the woman, what? So my husband, after I got off
I know
the
they
line,
lost their shit, Teggy.
He said, what did you say? I said, yeah, it's true. I said, but I don't tell you because you got a big head. He started laughing. He said, but you always hyping me up. I said, because you are. You my king. I'm going to always hype you up. You my king. I love you.
Yes.
I'm going to always hype you up. Check this out. I'll share this with you. Don't you know the day that I met my husband, if I would have had a nasty attitude that I was raised with, how my mama taught me how men ain't shit, I'd have missed my husband. I would have missed him. I'd have missed that man.
In that laundromat, you would have missed him.
In the laundromat, I would have missed him. I would have missed that man, that chocolate man with that salt and pepper hair. I would have missed him. I would have missed that man. I would never see the man that he is today. I would have missed him. But when I met him and he was messing up at that wash machine, and I kid you not, hands down, he was doing that mess on purpose.
Yeah, he was.
But when I went and said, baby, that's not how you put them clothes in the wash machine. They're not going to get clean. He said to me, well, help me then. I said, yeah, I'll help you. I helped him. I went back to folding my clothes. He came over there with that flip phone. Y'all remember that flip phone?
Yeah.
Said, put your number in my phone.
You had to scroll and shit. Keep pushing buttons and shit.
Listen, I don't need no friend. He said just like this. I don't want to be your friend. I want to be your friend. So if I would have had that mindset of how I was taught with my mother, I would have missed my king. I would have missed him, and some other woman would be in this big house in South Jersey, having all these children with him.
Yeah.
I kid you not. So this is the thing that I have in my mind, and I will tell people this all the time. A mindset change needs to be done in our community. If you want a man that will treat you well and be good to you, baby, there's some things, shout out to Mr. Bennett, there's some things you have to clean out within you that is not right for marriage. And until our women understand there's some things you got to go and tweak on, you ain't going to get it. Even me that been married all these years, sometimes I don't do everything right. Like, okay, check this out. Mother's Day, right? I wore an African outfit for Mother's Day. I thought I looked beautiful. I had on a long dress and everything, right? And my husband said to me, I need to see your shape today. Damn. Can you put on something else? I don't like the dress. The shirt is fine. He said, but I would like something sexy and put some heels on, some sandal heels or something. Word. And I said, okay. I put it on. And he said to me, baby, you look good. Now, my husband is the only man that have ever told me, baby, you look good. I'm a big girl. And he's the only man that ever told me you look good. And I believed him. And so when my king hypes me up like that, baby, I will throw on the world just to make him happy. You know,
can I be vulnerable?
Come on, Trey.
Be vulnerable with y'all for just a second.
Go ahead, Trey. Do it.
That's in your nature, Trey?
I'm not. Yeah.
Come on, Trey.
I'm not a normally jealous guy. I don't get jealous, right? My thought process has always been just work harder. That's always how I've been. But I can admit there is a time where I get jealous of my friends and their marriage. And it's typically when I hear their wives talking about my friends. And I've known my boys for over 30 years. I've known a majority of them before they even met their wife. I've known them. And when I hear these women talk about my boys, my brothers, I'm like, a little part of me be like, man, that probably would be kind of cool to kind of have a woman
right.
Kind of talk about you like that. They probably gotta feel kind of good because they talk so highly about them and the men that they become. Remember, we all grew up together, so we've gone through the pains, the cheating. We've gone through all of it. You at the house. All right, come on, bro. I got the spare bedroom. You good? You know what I mean? We've been through all that. And to hear these women talk highly and talk about the men, the fathers that they become, I sit there sometimes and I'm just like, hey, JT, I'm like, you know,
that marriage thing don't sound so bad.
It makes me think if I can find a woman, and I wanted to ask you, Lake, because I think you would remember, we did watch a video one night. We did, I forgot the pastor's name, but wasn't he talking about a woman, a wife's responsibility?
Pastor Evans.
Yeah, let me tell you how that conversation went. This was on a barbershop, and we talked about, somebody asked us, how can we, fix the Black community? I said, we fix it like we tore it up. When the women talk trash about their men, the women gonna have to start talking better about the men. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, I'm gonna put something on your mind. Put your mouth on your man.
Did you hear what I said?
You know what I'm saying? Put your mouth on your man. Let me tell you what I mean by that. You should always edify your husband. Always have something good about him. You know what that does? A, it reassures him he's the man who he thought he was. And number two, if he's not, you just reminded him who he should be. Not only that, threefold, you letting the whole world know you got the best man out there. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. That man gonna work double, triple, extra hard for you if he already knows that you think that highly of him. And imagine how many other people would want to do business with your man. You see what I'm saying? So, ladies, if you want to fix the black community, go ahead. Put your mouth on your man.
Did you hear what I said?
That's all it takes. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all it takes. Start talking better about your men. You know what I'm saying? You'll get better men. Quit dealing with the scrubs and start dealing with the kings.
Hey,
and that's what you would do.
Hey, JT, I be turning green with envy.
Yeah.
I be sitting there looking like, dang, I ain't got nobody. I ain't got no. They say nice things about me, but they ain't saying them the way they.
Yeah, like how it's like
it's different.
Yeah, it's a real big difference when a woman is really speaking on you, because they make it seem like your flaws are just small flaws, man, because how you go through them, right? It's like one of the things I always say about myself, there's a part of me that's just a fucking asshole. I don't give a fuck. It attracts women for a man being an asshole because of this. They see that the way I maneuver in the world and the way that I am, I'm solid. I ain't got a bunch of bullshit when I ain't sitting out here looking raggedy out here in this world. So the things that I'm an asshole about is actually things that's good for the greater good, right? That's it. Other than that, I'm laid back, but I work hard in certain things. I can be a person that talk a whole lot. Then I can be a very quiet person too. When you got a woman that sit back and she talks about how you edify her and the way that she thinks and how the world, how y'all world together is going, it is. When you hear a woman talking about a man and the way that she talk about him, it's not even the fact that she's just like, oh, he's just the best thing since sliced bread. It's like how she speaks on him. She talks about certain instances. She talk about how and it's like, damn, it's like, wow. She really admires this man. That's what it's about, the admiration. Because at the end of the day, for the most part, we're not as boisterous. All right, sis, you gone?
Appreciate
it. All right, love you. Listen, I'm going to end this right here.
Hey, listen,
I'm going to let Arpain do his thing. Yeah, I'm going to end this right here. That's right there, what you saying, Trey, I know that's what you look for right there. And it's hard as fuck right now. It may not happen for you, but we hearing these younger dudes out here, man, how they're going face to face with these women. This is what's happening right now. It was the same thing. I got a divorce and all this. I was like, God damn, what the fuck? But then I start seeing, damn, I got children. I still got to keep going. They still got to know that they got a father. And I got to still make sure their mama is going to be straight when it comes down to it, because she ain't my fucking enemy. It ain't work for me, but I want it to work for them. That's how we kind of look at it. Because that's the dopest thing in the world for a man to have a woman that can just boost his ego like that. Got to get out of the fear of being with a man. Shit. If you know that motherfucking man overall is a good man, you better act like it then and quit trying to bring out the worst in that motherfucker. Better bring out the best in him. You can do it. Coochie and all. All of it can. You make him a better dude.
Think about it. Listen to Arpain. Every time Arpain talk about his wife, it's always in high esteem. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine she probably do the same thing with him too. That's the reason why he don't have no problems over there. Am I not right?
He brought her. I seen how she was smiling and how I was like, oh, you don't deserve her pain. I was hating. I was hating this shit. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something. She had the biggest smile on her face.
That's not your wife.
That's your wife. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Listen, she had the biggest smile on her face, and our pain looking like, yeah, I put that there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't worry about all that. I got this handled over here.
I got this handled right here.
That's right. That's right.
You are paying one before you go. One of the funny things is I look at my homeboys and I ask, I'm like, are we talking about the same guys? I know these dudes.
Yeah, but you don't know him like
But
she
I
know
don't know.
him.
I don't know
Right.
him like he know him. He know him differently than how I know him.
For
Because
sure.
they speak so highly of them, and I'm like, you know what? They're right though. These are my boys. This is my circle. This is my circle of friends. Why we all been friends for 30 plus years. These are good dudes, and to see the women acknowledge it, they are pain. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I be looking like, I be standing, kind of twiddling my thumbs, like maybe I might want to get one of these wife, one of these do this wife thing,
Go ahead, Arpain.
Can y'all hear him? I can't.
Yeah, no, there you go. My thing was off. If a woman cross your path and you're open to it, you'll see it. I mean, but everybody has certain flaws, but some flaws can be just yellow, but they just need to be able to handle right at because nobody's perfect. See, if you're looking for perfection, that's going to be hard. But what am I trying to say? Just like what Take Heed said, when I met my wife, I said shit to her when I just met her. I never said to another woman before. I never approached a woman the way I approached my wife. Never. I mean, I might have told you guys this story before, right? When we were at a party and she just kept walking by me. It was a terrible party. Her and her friend had it. I said, are you here with somebody or can I get a shot? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I said. And she looked at me like,
that's right.
She looked at me like I was crazy. I didn't smile. I didn't do anything. I just said, just like that. So we started dancing. We started talking. And we've been talking ever since. That one party, I don't think we've missed days. I mean, because when she gave me her number, I said, listen, when I call you, you better act like you know.
That's right.
I never said that to a woman before like that.
Damn it, man.
I swear I never did. And then I called her the next day. Then when we went out, I had to meet her parents because she was living at home. And we went right from there to courtship because our very first date, I know where we were in Chi-Chi's. They don't even have that restaurant no more. That old Chi-Chi's restaurant. I said, listen, I don't need another girlfriend.
Is that the Mexican spot?
Yeah. I said, I don't need another girlfriend. If we're gonna be together, if we're gonna be together, why don't we make it something meaningful that we can work toward? She was down.
Our pain brought the pain.
We got engaged. We got engaged 5 months later.
It don't take much. It don't take much.
And we got married like maybe 9 months, 10 months after that. And her father paid for the wedding. I even got the video on digital. I haven't released it yet.
Arpain, you got to release it, man. We got to see this. We got to see the young player Arpain. You know what I'm saying?
Player. If I'm not him, I'm
hell. I know he was here.
It's restricted. I can put it in the back chat. You guys can look at it a little bit.
Gotcha.
I'll put it before we leave, man, because I sent it out to a couple of people, but the longer version I sent to family because a lot of those people are gone now, so it's a lot of memories there. And my only hesitation is, of course, that video is going to be more than me and my family than anybody. But since you guys know me talking this shit all the time, all I can say is I can see why me and my wife is together based on that video. Just based on that video, just the way we talk to each other. I'll put it in the damn back chat. I gotta go ahead and take a dive before y'all leave.
Okay, y'all. We're gonna have to wrap the show up. Brace, go ahead and hit us with your final thoughts, and then Trade and Arpain. We're gonna get up out of here, y'all.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and put that back there, real. But go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to say thank you for having me on the show. And tonight was a good conversation. It was good, the bad, and the ugly. How something so innocent can turn so bad when it wasn't really, but it's all in how we interpret what other people say. And it's just conversation. It's not trying to hurt nobody, trying to demean nobody. We have to learn how to agree to disagree. Not everybody was raised the same way. Not everybody has the right mindset. But with the situation with Diddy, The situation, I'm tired. The situation with Diddy, every dog has its day. Everything you do in the dark comes to light. And that's the world we're living in right now. The darkness is showing itself. So now it's up to you to if you're gonna have your light dimmed or you're gonna brighten your light. So with that being said, guys, come check me out on Thursday at Embrace the Grace. My show is gonna be about gender roles. It's funny that we were talking about the importance of gender roles. I mean, it may be old school and it is biblical, but it worked. Because obviously what the hell we're doing now is not working, because look where we're at. So again, thank you for having me. I'll see you guys Thursday. Come definitely like the network and support all the content creators on the network. I really appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
Well, what time is it, Grace? On Thursday at what, 7? You said 8, 9?
8:30 on Thursday. Are you on Instagram, Arpain?
Yeah.
Can you send me your screen name so I can put you on my list?
Yeah, I'll do that. What's your Instagram?
Embracing the Grace. Everything is the same. Embracing the Grace.
We're gonna put that on the back chat.
Okay.
So y'all can
Hey, she got them goddamn hearts. I told you to get rid of them damn hearts so people can tag you, girl.
Why don't you come take the hearts, baby?
Did you hear what I said?
Damn it.
That's what I'm talking about. JT.
Now she got me smiling and shit.
Look at that
I'm outta
Colgate
here.
smile, ladies and gentlemen.
That gum JT. Come on here, Trey.
Come take my heart.
Come on here, Trey. Take us out here, man.
I think the Diddy and Cassie situation is a staunch reminder that when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe who people purport themselves to be. Believe it. It also is a staunch reminder that the price of fame costs. It costs, and if you're going to chase it, nothing out here is for free. There's a phrase in my favorite movie, Gladiator, that says, "What we do today will echo in the halls of eternity." Means that what you do today will come back later on at some point in time. And the question is how do you want to be remembered? Cassie made her bed, she's going to lie in it. But the people I feel the most for are her children. I feel bad for her children because her children are going to have to deal with the mother that was with Diddy while Diddy was doing all of his perversive actions.
Mm-hmm.
We learned this with Kim Kardashian and her kids, right? What you do today will echo in the halls of eternity, and you have to be we have to be careful about the decisions we make today because they do have a way of haunting us in the future. Be careful about what the things you do. Be careful about the people you associate with, and believe people when they show you who they are. And there's a lot of people you just got to walk away from because they're not good for you today, and they certainly are not good for you tomorrow.
Yes,
absolutely. Arpain.
Oh yeah, just a second. Yeah, listen, I put the video link in the back chat. I'm not the back chat in the private chat. So if y'all want to go check it out, you can just go ahead and copy it. So you'll be able to see it. Hey, listen, Grace and I are supposed to be doing a show on Monday. If everybody's around, we're gonna team up. So it's just only one show. We just got to come up with a title.
Y'all doing a crossover?
Yeah, because I come on at 9:30. He comes on at 7. We're just gonna mesh.
Yeah,
Arpain's Monday Night Mayhem.
That's what's up.
Wonder Twin powers
Yeah, so with
activate.
that, listen, I do have a sports show that I do every Wednesday at 7. I do on my channel, right? So anybody who wants to come out, it's live. I have a couple of guys come up. If they don't come up, I do it by myself. I have a kind of a unique format that I put it on. So I do that every time. I'm busy on that too. So I got a few subscribers, and that's about it. So it was good conversation tonight, but I was kind of quiet, but you guys were saying it all, so I didn't have to say.
You that way sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm learning.
Appreciate it. Anytime you come out, Arpain, we appreciate your wisdom and your grace, sir. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
JT, take us home, brother.
Yeah, man. Great conversation we had, man. I hate that I walked away. I didn't know what happened between my guy and old girl.
Yeah.
But this is one of the things that we have to understand too, people. See, when people are still fairly, that's how I can tell you there's a lot of people that are still fairly new to how panels work, especially when you want to get a point across. Getting off the panel and being upset and taking things personal. You know, sometimes we have those moments, but I just don't think tonight was just one of those fucking moments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shout out to my girl Anissa. When she come up here, she states her opinions, and then she'll hear what people got to say. And regardless if a motherfucker says something she don't like or not, she's still up here. She for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just conversation. And especially when my man Ricky is speaking, man, and like a lot of people, they take it personal when he say y'all. He's not saying it. It's just the way that he speaks. You know what I'm saying? And he's speaking to an audience of people. And if the motherfucking shoe fits, put that bitch on then. But at the end of the day, man, we all done been through it where we got heated in conversations and shit like that. But man, listen, to the young lady, what was her name?
Evolution.
Evolution.
Yeah.
You gotta put your big girl drawers on when you come on panels like this right here. You gotta put your granny panties on when you come up here.
In a private spot.
You said what now?
Some shoulder
Like I
pads
was
on.
telling Grace, I put my IG in a private.
I already wrote it down, boss.
Got it.
But when we have these conversations, y'all,
You say put your bloomers on.
put your bloomers on. Put your bloomers on when you come up here.
You know what I'm saying?
It gets worse. This is very tame.
Mild.
Very mild. We done had some real conversations, boy. They go there. You know what I'm saying? But it's all conversation is how we work this shit out. This is why I absolutely I'm proud of what I'm seeing right now with these young men. The panels that they're having or the, you know, the shows that they're starting to have. Wasn't that the Pop My Balloon one?
Yeah.
You know, I like that because again, it's to expose the bullshit that we keep being accustomed to. And the reason why the shit keep going in circles is because motherfuckers ain't doing it the way that they've been doing it. One of the reasons why I will pull the Kendra G shit up, it's not because of Kendra G. It's because of the bullshit we see. Some of these people I see in my own fucking city, I be like, oh, this shit is some random shit. And that shit, it'd be so fun watching it. But then after we finish watching it, we have real fucking conversations about it. But these motherfuckers be real motherfuckers, man. This ain't no motherfucking production. So shout out to the people that's actually saying, well, fuck it. I'm going to do it by default. You know what I'm saying? So fucking what? It's content. Guess what? It's us. And the greatest thing in the world is that we ain't on no motherfucking network TV with commercials and shit and motherfuckers giving you 1 minute out of a 15-minute goddamn thing. We can do this shit for as long as we want to be able to do it. We be able to expose the bullshit and then we can highlight the great shit. Today, I seen some great shit. When that young man sat back and told old girl about her goddamn self, that was something that we needed to see. Although it was a clip, I gave a fuck. Because guess what we can do? We can talk about it still. At the end of the day, that's what we need, y'all. Great conversation, man. I love everybody on the panel, man. I love all the people in the chat, man. I was going to try to do a show tomorrow. I'm not 100. I can't do it. I haven't did anything since I've been back. And let me just say this. Shout out to my daughter, my youngest daughter, Kennedy. She graduated. Not only did she graduate from college, but she's getting ready to go back to school to get her master's. When I heard her say that, she said, "I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere." But I see her real life, and I see my oldest daughter. She graduated 4 years ago from Tennessee State. Now she's inspired by her younger sister to go back and get her master's. You know what I'm saying? But this is the things that we have to do. And they're not perfect people and nothing like that. Like when we was talking about Trey, when we was talking about the influence. My daughters because that's their peers. This is their era, right? So some of the shit, and they're grown. And I be hearing some of the shit, I just be like, that's bullshit. But I get a chance to talk to them directly. They be like, how you like this song, Dad? Because they know I'm a DJ now. I be like, it's bullshit. they start laughing or whatever, but they take what I say and they be like, okay, well, why you say it's bullshit? And then I explain it. They be like, yeah, you're right about that. So they're it's getting them to start having a different type of ear, the way that they look at the world. And I love that my daughters are also go-getters, right? But it's me that have to be at the point, and their mom that have to be at the point to say, okay, let's mind this shit the fuck out. Okay, do you want a relationship and you want to have a career too? You better figure that shit the fuck out. You can do both at the same time because you got certain people. And shout out to my man Hemp when he was saying, us as men, we can be just as detrimental to our daughters also when we tell them they don't need nobody and all that crazy ass shit. We have to get them to have balance in life. And the shit that we talk about and the things that we see in this world is something that we have to talk about with our own kids. I got grown fucking kids, man. Trey, your daughter's what, 12, 13? Damn, you got a 5-year-old. So you got a lot of it's. So, bro, it's just going to be twist after turn. She ain't 12 yet. So you got that one, 14, 16.
She'll be 12 tomorrow.
Hell yeah, man. You got to be right. The only thing is, you got to be right there.
And JT, here's the crazy part. I made the decision I'm going to have more.
All right.
I'm going to have more kids. So,
yeah.
Look, I'm just getting started.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So, hey, y'all, enjoy life. Enjoy this shit. Because it's going to end for you one day. You better start having kids. You better start instilling as much as you can in them. until you can't do it no more, man. I'm gonna end it right there, man. I love y'all, man. Most definitely.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show has been a hell of a show. And we done talked about everything from Diddy to BBL, Drizzy, to all type of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I think we probably need to get back to the basics, man. A lot of women are ill prepared at being wives, and I think we're wasting their times sending them into the world ill prepared to be wives. We'll tell them to go do all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they want to be married and have the safety of marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking your kid to karate school and putting him in there with the black belts, and he ain't never had karate before.
Get his ass kicked.
Getting his tail whooped. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That is the worst thing ever. You know, all of a sudden, you know, all their little friends saying, yeah, you bad, and all this other stuff. And you get in there with the big kids and they muscle you around. And now you looking around like, how come ain't nobody tell me? Well, I'm telling you now, you got time to better yourself. If you're single, use this opportunity to get better. Learn from other people who have been down the road you want to go down. You know what I'm saying? Always get therapy, always seek help. Be the best person that you can be. Because I assure you, the men already know what to do. You know, men have been trained since the beginning of time. This is what you do. They don't miss a beat. You know what I mean? That's how I know things have changed. So women, I will tell you this, make sure that you do the best you can so you don't have to lean on situations like this Cassie and Diddy situation where you have to rely on somebody to provide you with the lifestyle that you think you deserve, and you wind up putting yourself in a compromising position with monsters. You see what I'm saying? We want the best for you. We don't want you to have to rely on stuff like that, because if it wasn't her, it would have probably been somebody else. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, nobody deserves that. You know, don't put yourself in those particular situations. You know, be better. You know, be better wives. You know, learn how to do this. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice. Sometimes the road is going to be hard. You know, you might not have to marry a P. Diddy, but you can get you a plumber. You can get you an electrician. You know what I'm saying? You can get somebody like that. You know, they won't, you know, take you down through the gutter. You know what I'm saying? And you might not be glamorous and people might know you're famous and all this other stuff, but do you really need that? All that stuff comes with a price. And I think we do a disservice of telling women that, you know, there is no price and you can have all you want and the sky's the limit. I assure you there is a limit and you'll know it when you get to that point. You know what I'm saying? And the price is too high. I remember Dave Chappelle was talking to his dad before he passed away. He said, before you go out there, he said, name your price. You know what I'm saying? And if it gets past that, learn how to walk away. Ladies, I'm here to tell you, find out what your price is. And when it gets too high, walk away. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fantastic show. Thank you for coming out. to Black Men Unfiltered's Flippin Tables. You guys can catch us every day this week. We always on all the time. You know what I mean? Especially our next show will probably be a sneak show on Thursday. I'm gonna try to talk Black Man and then go giving us a sneak show on Thursday. And of course, you know, you can catch us on Friday night in the barbershop. And Saturday, you can see Alexis from Texas. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. And also on Sunday, we have the gray area with my brother Paul Bennett and what's my name? My man Grooming and Reviews.
Grooming and Reviews.
Yeah, and come back and y'all come back Monday and see our pain and embrace the grace, do they thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you guys for coming out. Peace.
Thank you.